Hey,
Bill,
Ken.
how you doing?
Well, this seems like a little bit of a crowd we've got here tonight.
Oh yeah, couple people. Want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for this special show we're going to be doing. Bill Morrison and Friends, something we're probably going to do more regularly. But the first one, we wanted to come out of the gate with some of Bill's friends from the National Cartoonist Society Foundation. But before we bring those guys on, because we do have so many people watching, we want to explain how the show works. So we are a live sketch claim show. All right, we use a claim system. So what happens is when we will put up a banner that says claim, whatever the claim is, and then you guys can type claim into the comments. If we have less than 3 claims, the first person to claim gets the claim. If we have more than we have up to 5, we'll take the first 5. We'll do a wheel spin. Whoever wins the wheel spin will get the claim, and you get to choose whatever you want to get drawn by that specific creator. When you win the claim, you can email us. I'll put up our email. If you haven't purchased from us before, we'll send you an invoice and everything. And then after the show and all the sketches are done, these guys are going to ship everything to me, and I will ship it all out to all the claimants. So the claims are commitments to buy. So if you do make a claim, you do get a sketch. It is a commitment to purchase. So I'm sure we'll have to go over this maybe again. But that's the gist of the show, gentlemen.
4% processing, $25 shipping.
Like 4% processing, $25. But the first claim we're going to put up, when I put it up, it's going to be for a sketch from each one of the guys in one lump sum. So you'll get a sketch from Scott, sketch from Bill, sketch from Stan, sketch from Sergio, one price. Whoever gets the claim gets all 4 of those sketches right out of the box. After that, we'll do individual ones for each one of the guys. But and then we're just going to sit back and let these guys have fun.
What's the price on that for?
I got to figure it out. I haven't got that for you.
We're working on it, folks.
But let's bring on, first of all, Mr. Bill Morrison. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, everyone. I'm doing good.
And then we'll bring on Mr. Stan Sakai. How you doing, Stan?
Hi, guys. Doing good.
Hey, Stan.
How you doing?
Hey, Bill.
Mr. Scott Shaw in the house.
Hey, Scott.
And last but not least, Sergio. Hello, Sergio. How are you, sir?
Hola.
Very good. Good to see you. Hola.
Oh, my.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah.
Is there some way you can mute my phone from your end, because it's making a lot of weird noises?
I have your phone muted already on my end.
Oh, that's me, Morrison. Don't worry about it. Like we. It's just.
Oh, I thought that was a sandwich I ate, and I was making noises that way.
So just everybody out there knows for Sergio, he is going to be offering up 9x12 sketches, nice sketches. They will be. They are going to be $650. Stan is offering up also 9x12, nice sketches with a little background. $450. Bill's offering up head sketches on 9x12. They will be $125. Scott is offering up head sketches on 9x12 for $75 and 11x14 torso or full figures for $250. So those will be the thing. So I want to thank you guys for coming. I'm really looking forward. It's going to be a fun night.
Don't forget to tell them that if it's a lot of people, we can show what we're doing and then finish it after and send it to you.
Yes, and then I know Sergio has some pre-done pieces we're going to be showing. Stan also has pre-done pieces he's going to be showing. Scott has some pops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then Bill, we're going to be showing off some of the prelim art that people can claim. So everyone's going to have also other ways besides live sketches, other ways to obtain art from these guys. So it should be fun.
Just to help me in the chat, I'm going to try to get to everybody's questions for this illustrious group of creators. But if you could throw like a capital Q in front of whatever question, it'll help me see them as I'm scrolling through.
Mm-hmm.
So just help me out there.
Okay, so we start drawing then?
Yes. So first one we're going to do is, like I said, you guys draw the character you're most famous for, and we're
Let
going
me change camera then. I
Yep.
go to settings, right?
to right.
And then here I go
Aye,
to FaceTime,
aye.
and then I go to lexicon, and then they can see my
Oh,
thing
I
is here.
was doing this earlier. Now the things have all changed. Where's the
Yes.
switch cameras?
Well,
Can you
it's
have a
I guess
banner?
people want to see me drawing.
Yeah.
So the first thing I do usually is a blue sketch to position the character,
Oh,
so
there
it's
it
in the
goes.
right proportion, and then I will pencil the drawing.
Can we have a question for Scott Shaw's
Yeah.
prices again?
Sure. What's the question, bud?
Oh boy, and it's claim all 4 sketches. Price is $1,300, and you get a sketch from each of the artists.
Of their
I did
main.
the blue, and then I go to my pencil.
We have 2
Uh-huh.
claims. If we get over 3, if we get to 3, it goes to a wheel, right, Ken?
Over 3. Over 3.
Oh. 3. So right now it would be going to Jason Williams by my.
All right.
Okay, so this is the face, and then this is the arm, and then is the hand.
I believe Joe Bill's was 125 for 9x12. Was that it, Ken?
That's right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's I'm just doing heads tonight.
We're just going to hit this.
I have a hard time talking and drawing bodies at the same time.
Jason, I don't know if you've purchased from us before, but if you have not, sir, please send your email address to me at the scrolling ticker at the bottom, 4ccomic@gmail.com, and we'll send you out a PayPal invoice. And you have it, obviously. I'm calling it out, so you have it. Thank you, sir.
We have our first question of the night. This is for Sergio. Did any
Yes.
animation art from the old NBC bloopers show survive?
Yes, and I have them all.
Wonderful.
And that was from
Yes.
TJ James.
Question.
I don't know where they are, but I still have them all.
I thought they were in Dick Clark's monument somewhere. He was so cheap,
So-
he keep them all for himself.
Okay, basically, this will be the drawing, with
Oh, you
with
finished
blue.
already?
So
Yes,
we have
of course.
claim
Oh,
And
for
now
Scott
let me ink
Shaw
it.
open. Prices are below, everyone.
Okay, so now I go to inking. Yes, sir.
Dice Cristian que lo enseñes en la cámara. Lo vamos a cambiar el FaceTime, que no se ve muy bien.
No entiendo.
Enséñalo en la cámara. Enfrente.
¿Así?
Ajá.
See, no, it shows good. The less they see, the better. Oops, they listening to me. No, I was just joking here. Okay, so I go to settings,
Ajá.
and then I go to
FaceTime.
face,
Yeah. Next.
and then I go to lexicon, and then it goes back to the lexicon.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm learning fast.
you
Okay,
are.
so I take my Pelican pen with India ink, and I start drawing. And then the inking takes more time because the first thing that takes the longer is the least is the spontaneity of the drawing.
I just
So
realized I don't-
Roger Ash is going to be winning our Scott claim.
So just let us know who you want, Roger, and what level.
And then Joe Gorey, I think this is a question. Simpsons 3 Bart code. It's something very rare. It's not part of the barcode set of number ones. Any info on Simpsons 3 and Bartman 3 barcode?
I have been asked that question recently, and I have no idea. My experience with the barcodes is that they were mainly done for this 4-pack that we did that had all the four first issues. But these other ones have been popping up with, from subsequent issues, and I was not aware of them, even though I was editor and I was supposed to get copies of all this stuff that we put out, but I never got copies of those to my knowledge. So I don't know what those are. Do you guys know what the barcodes are, Stan and Sergio?
No, I do not.
No.
So you know where the barcode should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are some editions that don't have the barcode, but the box is still there.
Oh,
And I think that was done in order to only have to change the black plate in printing. So we would do, a variant edition for one reason or another, but it would save money to not have to change all 4 color plates. So just as a little extra bonus,
Closer.
I assume it was Steve Vance or Matt's idea to put part of Bart's face in the code, in the code box.
All right.
So if you
I'm
got
gonna
all
interrupt
4
you.
of them, you have a complete Bart head.
Wow.
All right. Sorry to interrupt, guys. Ken, did you get the Roger Ash Huckleberry Hound $75 for Scott?
I did Huckleberry Hound.
Huckleberry Hound, the $75 option. And I will get back to the questions in a second. Did we get a claim on Bill?
Yeah, Jonathan Tan.
Jonathan Tam won that. And let's see,
Yeah.
Jonathan, have you sent us?
Gracias.
Facebook user who says $125 9x12 head sketch, you are going to need to back out and give StreamYard permission. We cannot see your name. We do now have a claim up for Sergio.
Thank you.
Bill, we
Joe-
have a question.
Joe, Jonathan already claimed for Bill, so just hang out. We'll have another one up there pretty soon.
well, I've done my first one. This one's finished.
Oh, excellent.
You want to make that big, Ken?
I'm
Hold on one second.
Trying to keep up with Sergio.
So that's Jason
Dude.
Williams' piece. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm getting slower now. Because I have a, how you call these things in Spanish? We call them secantes, which is an absorbing paper that it takes the ink so you don't smear it.
Like a blotter.
Blotter. That's the word I was looking for. Blotter. Yeah.
We have 3 claims for Sergio, so that means Alberto Gonzalez is going to get it. Alberto, tell us what level you want and what you are going to have Sergio draw for you.
Well, I think there's only one level for Sergio, so.
Oh,
whatever.
1 level? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
This chat's hard to keep up with.
Yeah. Well, I figure once we get some claims rolling,
Yep.
it'll be easier.
And Stan Sakai claim up right now. Stan has 1 option, 9x12, 450. Congratulations, Alberto. He's very happy. Oh, those claims coming in. Alberto says a good old Gru from Sergio. Yeah, Jason Harris, it's over 3 claims we're going to the wheel. And we currently have 3 claims for Stan. And if it stays at that, it's going to be N Steel. Going to give it a few more seconds.
Call it.
Calling it for N Steel.
And Steele, if you haven't ordered from us before, please send us an email
Yeah.
right there.
If you haven't ordered before, you need to send an email to 4ccomicart@gmail.com as soon as possible.
And I think Stan wanted to stay with Usagi or
Turtles.
Ninja Turtle characters.
Yeah, we're both celebrating our 40th anniversary this year.
That's awesome.
That was nice of Marcus. He says he abstained to help Alberto.
There you go. So just need to know what you need. And Steel and Alex Scott's done.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to go back up to the questions now that we've got all 4 of those. You just watch for whoever N Steel's claim.
Chizu? Is that it?
Well,
Stan?
let's see. Stan?
Yes.
Chizu?
Chizu? Okay.
Chizu?
Side here. Chizu
Okay,
is
this
a
one's done.
female ninja.
Center
Standard,
Comic
like
Geek
40 years.
asked. I'm sorry.
I said, Stan, does it feel like 40 years?
Feels like 60. Well, Gru's,
So,
Gru's what, in its what, 45th year now, Sergio?
It was from 80 what, 80 something, no? 80,
Yeah.
82, I think. Yeah, 82.
Yeah. So a couple of years, 2 years older than Usagi.
Yeah, 42 years. Wow.
Ken, we have a question from somebody in the chat. They were asking if Stan could do a piece with all 4 turtles and Usagi. I would imagine that's not an option tonight, correct?
Not tonight, no.
Yeah.
And then somebody asked if you could do Usagi wearing a Batman mask.
Yeah.
So if you get the claim and you could do that, he can do that.
Okay.
Usagi as Batman?
Yeah, that's just somebody asking a question.
Oh,
And
yeah.
something that I never did before.
Guys, do I have another claim yet?
Yes. It's artist choice.
Artist choice.
Artist choice.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boys. And I have a question for BIll Morrison from Brandon DeFore.
Okay.
Bill, who is your favorite cartoon character to draw?
Cartoon character. Does that include? Well, I guess Batman's a cartoon character.
It would include Batman.
He's been in cartoons. So yeah, Batman.
Oh, you're a big Batman fan, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love Batman. Sergio knows. He always buys me cool Batman stuff when he finds it. And Scott gave me this awesome 1960s Batman tie, a silkscreen tie. It's like a real skinny one.
It's electric purple.
Yeah, electric purple, and it's got like the classic Shelley Moldoff era Batman head right on the middle of the tie.
Somebody gave that to me at Comic-Con in the early days, and I used to wear it all the time just because it was so obviously not licensed.
That's awesome.
Can I say something right now, very quick? I'm going to leave the pencils because this is sort of like to remember when it was done and the way it was done. So I won't erase it. So it look like you can see the blues and the pencils.
Yeah.
I think it will be enjoyable that way. Okay.
I think I'll do the same thing too. I'll save money on erasers.
And if you try to erase it yourself, we'll be watching you.
Yeah. I sent my son-in-law.
What I would ask for you, gentlemen, as we do the claims, if you just write the name on the back so I know whose goes with who.
Yes, I already did that for N Steel.
Thank you.
I don't know that about Huck, and he's almost done. Who was that for?
I don't know. I used to be fast, but now I'm slow.
Rod Smash.
I'm sorry.
Roger Ash.
Okay.
Okay, so where's my little Kleenex that I to move the blue around? So I guess I need a new one.
So because these guys draw kind of quickly, what we're going to do for everybody out there is I'm going to put up another claim banner for each guy, and we're going to take up to 3 claims for each of them. This way they have a little bit of a workload that they can draw from, so no one's just sitting here twiddling their thumbs. So,
Bill, you can tell them what was the last thing I sent you from Batman.
The last thing was, well, you showed me.
No. You got it.
The last thing you sent me.
Yeah. It was on the in that upper part of Batman.
Oh, the yeah.
And if
I don't
you're
know.
watching, folks, first 3 claims, Sergio.
I don't know where, Sergio, I don't know where you found these. If you told me, I can't remember, but Sergio sent me a pair of bat nipples.
They are plastic, believe it. Okay, gentlemen, this is basically the sketch. You know.
awesome. Was that's the second one, Sergio?
Are you kidding? That's the first one.
Oh, the first one. So put Jason Williams on the back if you don't mind.
Jason?
Yes.
Yeah. Jason what? Wild? W?
Williams.
Oh. Jason W.
Yep.
Okay. There it is, Jason. Okay, so are we doing a second one right now?
Yeah, you have another groove. Yep.
But this time I will do it without me. I will just a groove standing up. I will forget that little blue line. So we can go.
Yes, Continental, you may say a quick fan comment to Scott Shaw.
Who? Where?
So somebody named Continental1221 said, may I say a quick fan comment to Scott Shaw, since I think this may be my best chance for it.
Oh, great. What is that?
I'm hoping he's typing it.
Oh, okay. Well,
He says, thank you. Let me type it up quickly.
oh, the suspense is killing me.
So
Now,
Roger
I
and
hope it's a good
Alberto,
one.
Roger and Alberto, yes, you can claim another one from Sergio if you'd like. Just need what characters you need.
Hey,
Can you run Bill and Scott's prices again, Ken?
I'm going to put up a claim right now for Mr. Shaw. So up to the first 3 we're going to take.
So first 3 Scott Shaw claims. Roger Ash claims King Kong for Sergio.
Sergio gets King Kong.
Sergio gets King Kong.
Well, that's perfect because we both love King Kong.
One of my favorite movies.
It's the greatest movie ever. It's our generation's Star Wars to you youngsters.
I thought Star Wars was our generation's Star Wars.
Well,
Ah,
Scott,
the
how
Sonic-
much?
They're 125.
125 for the pop. Okay.
And he painted on both sides of it. I'll let him show you.
let me show you closely. I painted on the front, and I painted on the side.
Ooh.
And I was the first guy to do the Sonic comic, and I worked on the cartoon show, the syndicated one with the cooler version of Robotnik. And yeah, I've got 11 of these, and that's all I'm ever going to do. So if you want these, this is the time to get them. Thank you.
Okay, we have our comment from Continental Scott. The very first comic book I ever got was Sonic Miniseries Issue 3, the one where Sonic was in the loop-de-loop on the cover.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was very surreal and trippy to me, but in a cool way, and has been in my head ever since. I've loved your stuff ever since. So it's truly just great to be able to tell you how much your work means to me. You are truly great.
Oh,
Well,
terrific.
thank you very much. I'm still very trippy, so thank you.
In a good way.
And we do have a claim up for Scott. So anybody wants a claim from Scott, please.
There's Huck.
There's
Yeah,
Uncle
claim
Ben.
Scott Shaw. All right, I'm gonna head back up and get back to where I left off on the comments. I also want to say hey to Comics and Death Metal. There's a friend from Whatnot. Okay, Steve Scott says Legends. Thanks for this.
Alberto. Alberto, you got it, buddy. Just let us know who you want. I'm Scott.
Alberto, what do you draw?
We're waiting for his claim.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have a question from Jason Sisk for Sergio.
Yes, sir.
Sergio, if you ever did a show or movie with Gru, how do you imagine what Gru would sound like when he talks?
Hola amigos, soy Gru y voy a matar a todos los malos.
Dios mío.
Dios mío.
One-
That will be Mark Evanier's thing. He's the voice director of many television shows, including Garfield. So that will be probably something that he'll choose because it's I don't know. There was an old actor that that sounded very raspy and very, but I forget his name anyway. So
Aldo Ray.
Aldo Ray, yes.
Ray.
I thought that you should sound like Aldo Ray.
You mentioned that before to me, and yeah, Aldo Ray would be great.
Yeah, that's how I figured it out. Thank you for remembering. My God, yes.
Scott, Alberto wants artist choice on the 11x14. Oh, Scott's not there. We have a claim up for Bill. So first, we'll take up to 3 right now for BIll Morrison. Bill's doing head sketches for 125. Bill, show what you're working on right now so we can kind of see.
Oh, sorry. I'm off camera.
Hold on. Let me,
So this was artist choice, and I'm doing a crusty headshot.
That's a great pen. What are you using?
This is Fudenosuk.
Just show it to me in the camera.
It's a Tombow,
Oh, okay.
but it's they come
Great
in,
line.
they come in a 2-pack,
Wow.
and one is kind of a fine line, and the other is a little more flexible, so you can get a thicker line out of it.
Because that's great for sketching. Wow.
Yeah, these things wear out pretty fast, but they're also not expensive, so I go through them pretty quick. But you can get a 2-pack for about $6.
This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you have 4 cartoonists together. We talk about our infirmities and our pens. That's it.
That's right.
I have
That's what I'm
I have
using
a
now.
question from N Steel. Is anyone coming to Heroes Con this summer?
Bill is.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'd like to be there. I think that's a great show.
That's a great convention. Shelton didn't put on a terrific convention.
There is almost no merchandising at the show. It's all artists and comic sellers.
Yep.
And then
We have a claim up for Stan, so we'll take up to 3.
Yeah, this is coming.
and we have a question about art supplies. India ink, not platinum carbon black.
That's what I use.
That's what I use too.
Yeah, that's
It's terrific.
that's good now.
That's what I use.
And that was from Dale Chipperly. Number 1 Marvel fan says the world needs a Gru cartoon series so badly.
Well, tell that to those people who stream things. Tell that to Sky. He's a producer. Maybe he wants to produce it.
Yeah, I'd like to produce it. Now, where's the money?
Question for Stan and Sergio. Stan, what is your favorite Gru story? Sergio, what is your favorite Usagi story?
My favorite Gru story, I think, was issue 1. No, it wasn't 100. It was a later issue in the 90s. It was an all pantomime issue. That's the first, because I got to read it as a fan, in a comic book. Because usually I get the original artwork and Mark sends me the script, so I know what the story is going to be when the issue comes out. But for this one, I think Mark was really busy, so didn't have time to do the script for it. So Sergio just bypassed Mark.
Yeah, that's what we said. But the reason is that I always wanted to do one in pantomime because it's only one shot. You cannot do a series in pantomime. It's impossible because comic books are words and drawings. There's no way you can separate it. But you can do an exercise, and that's
my favorite.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't remember what the story was, but I remember reading it and thinking, this is how a fan reads it. And it was enjoyable.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun and very difficult to obtain. But and my favorite of Stan, believe it or not, I can say this, all of them. He's the only artist, writer, creator that every story makes you think, and he has a feeling of the place and the reason to be. He's not the bad guys arrive, the hero beat the bad guys, and that's the end of the story. With Stan, every story tells you a little about Japan, tells you about the quality of the hero, which is Usagi, and sometimes makes you cry. And sometimes you wonder how he knows so much about a culture, the insights, not just what we read on the books, So I said all of them to me, I can read over and over. I just read another one the other day, and it was amazing. The bad guys are bad guys. The people who help the bad guys are bad. It's fantastic. He's one of my big heroes in the literature of comics.
Okay, thank you, Maestro.
No, it's totally true. Totally true.
Is the Chizu drawing already claimed?
Yes. And Steel in the back.
And Steel again?
It's the same. No, that was the Chizu, right?
Yeah, Chizu.
The first one went to Jason Williams.
Oh, the
Usagi.
This
the
one here?
Usagi went to Jason Williams.
Oh, okay.
Scott, you had a claim. It was 11 by 14 artist choice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, that's good because I'm already drawing one.
And who does the Krusty go to?
Krusty goes to Jonathan Tan. We also had a claim for Justin Porter. Just need to know what you want from Sergio, David Rogan, and Southern Comic Geek from Stan. And Alberto. Alberto also.
I heard my name. Is there a request for me?
Yes. Just waiting for him to tell us what you want. Alberto, did you say what you wanted from Stan? Hold on 1 second. Oh, Usagi.
Usagi. Okay.
Who does the Homer go to, Ken?
The Homer goes to Jonathan Williams. Jason Williams.
Jason.
And then David Royer and Southern Comic Geek.
Alberto says for Stan and Usagi.
Yep, got that. Justin Porter, I need his, and I need David Rogan and Southern Comic Geek for Stan.
Hey, Jason, Southern Comic Geek. What's up, man?
And Ken, did you say I had another claim after the Krusty?
No, somebody asked if you would put a word balloon in there if they wanted.
Sure.
Yeah, so I forget who asked that. If Emilio, I think it was. If you want one from Bill, he would put a word balloon in there for you.
All right, we have back to the chat. Mike Cruz says, I once saw Bill do a panel in Sacramento. It was awesome. He did a Q&A and taught us how to draw Sideshow Bob. He was also kind enough to do a Zoidberg on my Futurama comic. So I don't think there was a question there, just a comment to Bill.
Oh, well, thank you.
Bill.
Sideshow Bob is a character I really love to draw. With a lot of the Simpsons directors, they would do these sort of tutorial sheets to show you how to draw the characters. And David Silverman was always really big on using kind of everyday objects or things that you know to show you what a character is shaped like, or what maybe even an element of the character is shaped like. And Sideshow Bob is a palm tree.
Of course.
So if you can draw a palm tree, you can pretty much draw a Sideshow Bob.
That's so funny.
Bill, someone asked if you would do color sketch.
Yeah, I could do a color one.
You do color. What do we charge for color? I remember.
I think a color head is 200.
So yeah, if you want one, Raleigh, it's 200 for a color head sketch. Joe, you can request something from Bill. Absolutely.
And Gareth Gowden says, 4 terrific artists. My dinner's burning so I can keep watching. Well, thank you for watching, Garrett.
All right, Justin Porter with the color sketch.
I just realized I am really kind of hating this because I'd much rather be watching these other 3 guys draw.
Welcome to a quick draw.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at our own stuff, we don't know who people are laughing at because we can't look at anybody else's stuff.
Well, this is not a sketch; it's a complete drawing. You know, it's something that from here it could go to publishing.
Yeah, it's always better when we're drawing at our own desk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Marcus Y asked any pre-done art for sale. I believe Bill will have some pre-done stuff.
Yeah, just about everybody has pre-done stuff. I just want to catch up with all the claims. So Justin Porter, you claimed a color piece from Bill. I just need to know what character. Joe Gorey, Bill, he requested Bart with Sideshow Bob's hair.
Okay.
TJ James, you got the claim for Scott, so you just need to know what character it is. Justin Porter claimed for Sergio. I don't know if he said what he wanted yet. And I think David Rogan, I'm still waiting for his claim on Stan Sakai.
Okay, so get those claims in, folks. Ken will.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up.
Do you need some help? I can get down there.
Hold on. I'm just seeing what else we got.
I want the people to see a finished piece like this. So when we start doing the other ones, I can just do the pencil and a head so they know exactly what they can get, you know. Like
Right.
this we can go a little faster.
All right.
And I finish them with piece after. But I will do the pencil and then they will know exactly how it will look when it's finished. I think that will save a lot of time and get more people to be able to go into the
Absolutely.
business.
Did you see Jason's claim for Stan? Yes, I think it was a Usagi Southern Comic Geek. And then what did he claim from Sergio?
I didn't see that. Joe, for the color piece is 200 for Bill.
Southern Comic Geek.
Justin Porter wants Batman. Sergio?
Oh, sure.
Well, which one? You're still working on King Kong, right? Sergio? Oh, no, you're working on Group?
Yeah, I'm working on group because I'm finishing the pieces, but the next thing I'll do a pencil, and then they can see how it's going to look. Like this, they have a chance to see exactly how it's going to look when it's all done.
David, yes, you can take a claim for Stan. Just make sure you. I don't know if you've ordered from us before. Send us a message through 4C Comic. It's scrolling across the bottom, so we can send you an invoice. Southern Comic Geek, I got your claim for Stan and Sergio.
No, he didn't claim Sergio, just Stan.
Sergio, okay.
His mistake. Yeah, he.
And he wanted a new Usagi. Yeah.
Yep. All right, I am going to head back up and get back to these questions.
David, are you David Royer?
David Royer, did we get? Yes, he's ordered before.
David Royer, make sure it's Royer.
I now I have to do this for the swords because they look much better.
I think David Royer is in Japan, and when we were in Japan a couple of months ago, we had lunch with him.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
He said,
Usagi readers. So again, thank you, David. Wonderful lunch. We enjoyed our time in Japan.
Japan, wow.
You've been there a few times, Sergio.
Yeah, I was there with a mad group. I was there with my first wife. I was there with my second wife. I was there with and invited by the company.
Tezuka.
That's the same trip that you took, right?
Yeah, I was the following year, but the Tezuka trip was terrific.
Yeah, oh, that was fantastic. They treat us like royalty over there.
Sergio, I have a question from Juan.
Yes.
He says, what is next for Gru?
Well, I'm still doing Gru every month, and every 4 issues he goes into a new life because I don't know. I had it here. I was checking on it to look for something, and I don't know where I put it. It has to be here. Oh, here they are. See, this book just came out. It was the Gods Against Gru. Oh, see. And it's a four issues in a book form, and then after that, this one just came out, which is also the Gru in the Wild, which are 4 issues with all in color, with what? Oh, look, these scenes like that,
There you go, that.
Oh, wow.
And the advantage on this book is that they show some of the pieces in black and white, so you can see it how it looks without the color,
Right.
So you can see all the characters defined. So that's a new thing that I like very much, like this double spread, and it's so clear. You can see all the details, the chickens and the little everything. And the color, sometimes it covers all the details, all the lines. But now the just are out, and I'm working on the next. Well, this is one of the drawings. I have to erase it and put some blue, and it's done. And also, to the Gru fans, probably they never seen this, but this is a real Ruferto.
Yeah. That sweet little Poochie.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it lasted close to 20 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks for reminding me. I got to let the dog back in.
Who does this Usagi drawing go to?
That goes to Alberto Gonzalez.
Alberto Gonzalez.
Bill, we have a question for you.
Okay.
Is there a specific vintage Batman piece you're still looking for? A holy grail kind of piece?
In terms of original art,
If he doesn't say this, I'll kick him.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it?
no, I already have that one.
I know. I've seen it.
I know what it
that's
is.
one of my prized possessions.
I know what it is, Bill.
So, I want to clarify: are you talking about original art or toys or what?
Well, for you, I guess, what would be the piece? Would it be art? Would it be a toy? Would it be?
Well, I love to collect both, so I'll give two answers.
Perfect.
So for the toys, it's an item that I had when I was a child, and now it's one of the holy grails of Batman merchandise, and it's the ideal Batman utility belt in the original box. So I have one of the belts, and I have some of the items that went on the belts, like the Batarang and the bat cuffs and flashlight and things like that. But to find one in the original box is impossible, or nearly impossible. So that would be merchandise wise, or collecting toy collecting wise. For artwork, I have a couple of pieces by Dick Sprang, which are recreations of covers that he did back in the 90s. And I would love to have an original piece of art by Dick Sprang from back when he was actually drawing the book or the comic strip. That would be something.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, when I met Bob Kane when I was running a comic shop in 1976, he came in and I said, I really love the stories you did. And I knew that he really wasn't involved, but I thought this will at least take care of his ego. I said, I love the ones you did with Dick Sprang. And he goes, I never heard that name before.
Oh my God.
I have a Bob Kane story. Back in, I think it was maybe the late 90s, we were working on a Simpsons trading card set. And the art director who was kind of planning all the subsets, so we had like a main set and then we had all these kind of gimmicky subsets. She decided, let's do a set that is artists, like artists that aren't known for normally doing the Simpsons. And so I kind of made up a list. Sergio, you did one for that set.
Yep.
Even though at the time I don't think you were really doing the Simpsons yet. So I think you had maybe done the Treehouse of Horror story, but I don't think you were doing the Bart Simpson comic or anything like that at the time.
Does Sergio need to know what he's working on next?
If they ask me.
Yep.
Or you just want me to do a sketch?
Ken, you're muted.
I'm muted?
No, Ken is.
The last one you did was Gru, right?
Yeah, this one.
That was for Alberto Gonzalez, if you could write his name on there.
Alberto.
And your next one is King Kong.
Oh, but no, that was Scott's. Oh, no, King Kong, yeah.
I can draw King Kong too.
But I cannot just draw a sketch of King Kong. I have to do a joke, if you don't mind.
You got to put a gag in there.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Oh, let me show you the drawing that I did about King Kong. Well, I'm doing a little set of drawings that probably don't have any value to anybody but to me, because it's like I'm enjoying doing them, samurais and things. And probably one day I'll show them on a show. And but where's my King? Oh, I have here. Here's one with King Kong at Godzilla. Fighting. But if you look at it, it's just a blue line with a little black line outside.
Oh, wow.
See? So it's this other continuous line that it gets separated. Yeah. And it's just for doing something different, Okay, but I have also another King Kong. I have my things. What happened to King Kong? Oh, there's a Batman. with all the people running. But again, it's just a blue line with a white line around it.
Yeah, we're going to be showing off those pieces in a minute. If anybody is interested in any of the books that Sergio showed and you want a signed copy, just send an email to aragonescartoons@gmail.com and they will take care of you. So there's a lot of people in the chat asking for those books signed by Sergio. So if you want one, you just email them right there and they will take care of you for that.
Oh, yeah. So King Kong.
King Kong.
And King Kong has to be big.
And then we have a comment. Oh, I just lost it.
While you're looking for that, I'm going to finish my Bob Kane story.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry, Bill.
That's all right. So Bob Kane was one of the people because the Batman movies were big, and he was supposedly working on those and kind of back in the public eye. And so he was on the list. So the art director found his number somewhere and contacted him. And she basically, the conversation went kind of like this from what I heard. She said, "Hi, Mr. Kane. My name is Millie, and I represent The Simpsons, and we're doing a trading card set. And we have a subset of famous artists, and we have Tony Bennett and Sergio Aragones, and she named off some of the other artists that were in the set." And he stopped her and he said, "Now, what is this again?" And she said, "Well, the Simpsons. It's a TV show on Fox." And he said, "Oh, television." He said, "Honey, I'm doing movies now. I'm in the big time. I don't have time for TV."
Wow.
Oh,
It sounds like him.
talking about that, there was a television show that it was with Bob Newhart, and in the show he played a cartoonist, and so they in the show they had a few cartoonists as guests of this thing. It was like a big like the Oscars of the cartoonists, and I was one of the guests, and Mr. Kane was another one, and there was some other big celebrities in the cartoon world. So
Jack Kirby was there.
Yeah, Kirby was there. Yes, I mean, right now I forget some of the other names, but what happened is that when they start filming, Kane, they start shooting, and he went cut, and the director says, "Who the heck said that?" And Bob says, "Well, I said it because I didn't say it right." Says, "Hey, sir, please just do it. I'm in charge of this. I'll tell it, and then we make cuts. Don't worry about it. Just do what you do best." Okay, take number 2. "Well, I'm here to give the word." "Oh, cut." No, the director was going bananas. He did it 3 times, the cut scene.
He was the Milton Berle of cartoonists.
Oh my! They keep telling him, keep going. It was just one of the funniest moments in my life.
Ken, who is the Sideshow Bart for?
You're muted again, Ken.
That's for Joe Gorey.
And our comment earlier was from Bill Riling. He says, "Just a huge shout out to Scott, Stan, Bill, and Sergio from their cartoon pal."
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to hear from you, senor.
Yeah.
What a pleasure. Yes.
Bill.
Oh my God.
Bill's a cartoonist member of our CAPS group in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Ken, do you have the color one that I'm doing?
Yes. Hold on. It was Dark Knight. I'm gonna go back and find it. Oh, there's a lot of comments.
Alberto Gonzalez says, Sergio, a big hola from a fellow Spaniard.
Muchas gracias, mijo. Aquí dándole duro al trabajo. Qué lástima que no se puede oír tu voz, que es todo a base de computadoras. But, okay, I have basically this drawing of Big King Kong. And
Gorio Rotten says, okay, everyone, what is your favorite drawing pen?
There you go, Bill. Dark Knight Returns, Batman in color.
Simpson style or Frank
Justin,
Miller style?
Simpson style? What kind of style you want that in?
Pelican.
Scott Shaw and I were talked about Jack Kirby for about half an hour today, and still, so he's got a couple stories.
Before you start, Scott, Ken, who is this drawing for? This is Augie.
That is, did you get Alberto Gonzalez? Or was that Alberto Gonzalez?
No, I got Alberto.
So this one is for Southern Comic Geek.
Southern Comic Geek?
His name's Jason.
Do we have a Dark Knight ruling?
No, he said Frank Miller style.
Frank Miller style. Wow. Okay.
Dale asks, when drawing a gorilla, do you just draw a gorilla or do you draw a man in a very good gorilla suit like Don Martin did?
Ay.
Well, Sergio, you used to dress up as a gorilla, or you dressed up as a gorilla once, huh?
That's right. I did a show. I used to be in an aquatic ballet in Mexico. And one of the numbers that I did was a gorilla trying to learn how to jump from the trampoline. And that story appeared in a book. I forget the name of it right now. And it was a very nice story. Okay, basically the pencil of this one will be the gorilla with King Kong with a little girl in love with him, and he said, "Uh-oh, he doesn't know what that means." You know, with a little things going away from his head, like. And if I'm going to show it clearly, and if he likes it, then I will finish it a little later so we can do a little more.
Question for all four artists. Have any of you worked on horror movie posters? I know Bill did a favorite of mine, Blood Diner.
Blood Diner.
Yeah, I did a few others. I did House. I don't know if anybody saw that one. That's the one with the severed zombie hand pushing a doorbell. I did a video box painting for Vincent Price's Dr. Phibe's Returns.
Ooh.
I know I've done others, but those are the ones I remember. That was a long time ago.
Well, that's not about my work, but my sister was married to Herman Robles, who was a vampire in Mexican movies.
Yeah.
So it was related to one.
And when I was a young cartoonist in San Diego, there was a series of different theaters around San Diego that would just get a movie for 1 or 2 days at a time. And so they didn't even want to spend the money on having the poster. So they'd hire me for $15 a poster to use with markers and color and stuff. And I'd do parodies of the things. and later they would like completely festoon the lobby. I mean, the walls and even the ceilings were covered with my posters of my interpretations of, and a lot of them were horror movies.
See, the advantage that Scott and Bill Morrison have is that besides being cartoonists, they are illustrators. I have never been an illustrator because if he doesn't have a gag, it's very hard for me to make a drawing. So I did a mad look at King Kong, or Mad, and that was a fun thing to do. You know? A mad look at King Kong.
Ken, do I have another one or?
Um,
No?
after you did Southern Comic Geeks Usagi, we have David Royer would like Woodcutter's husband with a pineapple.
With a pineapple?
Yes.
Okay. Woodcutter husband.
Was this done for who was this done for?
That was done for Alberto Gonzalez.
Alberto's cleaning up tonight.
Hey, we did have a claim for you, Scott, from TJ James, but he didn't tell us what character. So TJ, if you're out there, please let us know what you wanted from Scott.
I have a question. In what country Alberto is living?
I don't know. Alberto, what country do you live? And somebody at it's not too. If anybody wants to claim any of these guys, I can put up the prices. We're kind of just going crazy here. So yes, you can claim for Scott. You can claim for Sergio. Just put the claim in on what you want, and like I said, if you haven't ordered from us before, just send us an email at 4ccomicart@gmail.com, and we will make sure we get you an invoice.
TJ James says, "Yep, a headshot of Alley Cadabra, Alley Cadabra, please."
That's funny.
Times fast, please.
I really can't.
Okay.
Is Shane Edward Allen asks, is Bill available for a claim?
Yes, he is.
Abad collection. Do you know whose prices you want to see? Ken's been showing them when he puts up the claims.
Yeah,
Is there a specific artist you're looking for?
This is Scott Shaw is offering 9x12 head sketches, 75, 11x14s for 250. Bill is doing 9x12 head sketches for 125, and he has taken a color piece. If anybody is interested in those would be 200.
So Alberto's here in the U.S., California.
So am I. Yeah, good.
But after that earthquake, he might not be. We had a big earthquake a few hours ago.
Or after the elections.
No,
Jimmy.
actually, it wasn't. It was in down in at the beach. But I felt it really bad here.
There was an earthquake, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy made a claim for Sergio. Is Sergio's claims open right now, Ken?
Yes. Yeah, I got his Alfred E. Newman. Yep.
You got the Alfred E. Newman and the Mad Zeppelin piece?
Is that the same piece or two different?
I don't know.
This is I'm sorry. This is part of the. I haven't finished it because, like this, they can know what they're getting at. It's the gorilla, King Kong with a little girl.
Can you make Sergio big?
You know, with him, you know, and then if he wants it, then I will finish it. And if you tell me whose the name is, and then I will finish it later when we finished to put a little more all the hair and all the stuff in the drawing.
That's awesome.
Abad asked, can Stan do so? Abad, he's just doing one character. You can get one of the turtles or you can get Usagi, but he's not doing all of them. We're just trying to get as many pieces as we can for everybody.
Is this already asked for, the gorilla?
Yes.
Okay, what name is it? So I can finish it after.
That is Roger Ash.
Roger?
Roger.
Roger, okay.
Roger.
You're-
A-H.
A-H. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay. so-
Roger Ash says, Sergio, that's awesome. He loves it.
Thank you. Yeah, because in my case, a woman is flirting with him and he doesn't know what to do. Says, hey, I'm not qualified at my size, pobrecito. What's he going to do? I'm ready for next one.
1 second, sir. Your next one is Alberto claim. Hold on a second. I gotta get this name right. It is hold on. I thought he told me what it was. Hold on. I gotta get the pronunciation. Here it is. Chakal.
Check
From
out.
Drew.
Yep.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Yep. There you go. That's your next one, sir.
Okay, okay.
And a bad collection made a claim for Stan. A bad, if you haven't made a purchase here before, you need to reach out to 4ccomic@gmail.com.
Did he?
Oh, yes, Sergio.
Does he want just Chacal and Gru, or he wants some action around it? Probably they get more expensive, but they are much better product.
Alberto, what
I
would you like your Chakal? I know you asked about the Gru that had the you did the
Just the basic two of them, or fighting and a couple of warriors there.
yeah. Let us know what you want. He said he already got Gru, so he'll leave it to you. What you want to do with it? Artist choice.
Well, I can choose both of them, and Gru very flirty, and Chacal going, "Oh my God, what is this guy?"
There you
And
go.
like,
It says if it costs more, that's fine.
oh, then let me do a whole army here.
Don't say that, senor. You know what's going to happen.
No.
People take that way too seriously.
Okay, so Ken, we have some cleanup to do here. Shane Edward Allen
I
asked,
got it.
did his claim go through?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, we've got that claim. Who is the other one? Did you see Jacob Holtas said, did you see my claim for Stan as well? Do I need to send an email?
Who is this?
If they don't have your information, you definitely need to send an email.
Jason.
Jacob Holtas.
I did not see your claim, Jake. So yeah, you just sent us an email to 4C Comic Art, so we can send you an invoice.
Okay, let's see. So that takes care of Jacob. Southern Comic Geek makes a claim for Scott Shaw, Mr. Moneybags from Monopoly.
What?
And what price level do you want there, Jason? Do you want the $75 head sketch, or do you want the larger? I forget, Scott. What's the other option?
It's 11 by 14.
For Mr. Moneybags, it should be a lot of money.
And here's a banner with everybody's prices right here.
Shane Edward Allen said severely battle damaged Spidey with those Spidey senses. Who's that for? Ken?
That's for Bill.
That's for Bill.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Why am I getting all the superhero stuff all of a sudden?
Because you're a super guy.
I'm
Heyo.
not complaining. I'm just surprised.
Are Stan's claims open right now, Ken?
Well, that's up to Stan. Stan, we have let's see. Which one are you working on, sir? You're working on
David Royer, I believe.
David Warrior. So we have two more after that. You tell me if you want to take more.
Let me finish these first.
Okay. We'll see where he's at. So just hold tight on Stan right now, guys.
Okay, SCG says, for Scott Shaw, can you do a bust or whole body on the smaller size? I'm trying to hang it in a certain place on the wall.
Of the Monopoly guy?
Yes.
So I could do it, what, like 9 by 12, but a full
9 by 12, but either a bust or whole body.
Well, he's small enough. I think the whole body would look better on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm almost ready to start here, so
Okie dokie.
I'll prove it.
There's one ahead of that, Scott.
Oh, there is?
Yep.
Oh, what's the other one?
The other one is the Alicata, whatever.
Alicadabra.
Almost
You
done.
just did it.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay.
Scott's killing it.
So then that would be next after that. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight in the chat. Hopefully, we're keeping up with these guys.
This is what it would have been like if we'd all got the same studio together.
Yeah.
Plans are still going, except for Stan. Stan's on a pause, but we may revisit that. Here are the prices.
It's done.
And Scott, I have another comment for you from Continental 1221. He said, another quick comment for Scott Shaw. I just told my twin brother about this, and he also wants to send his regards to you. That Sonic issue was our first comic book ever. Ha ha. Thank you again.
Well, thank you. That's, we all have a first comic book, and, fortunately, I think my first ones were Carl Barks, but I'm sorry I let you down. I wasn't Carl Barks quality. Let's see.
Comics and Death Metal. We do sketch ops every Tuesday on 4C Live, pretty much. Just about every Tuesday. Something like
I've told him this.
Something like this is more of a special event. But we should
Just giving you a hard time, Comics and Death Metal. Brandon DeFore says, for Bill, who is your favorite character to draw out of all the Matt Groening shows?
Radioactive Man.
I knew that answer.
Radioactive Man.
Yeah, real quick, guys. Let me Emilio, I don't know. No, I don't think I did, buddy.
Yeah, I really wish Radioactive Man would. I wish someone would do a TV show, like an animated show that I could sign on for, or a newspaper strip or something. I'd love to draw Radioactive Man again.
Bill, your camera is kind of wonky on your.
I know I've got a light issue here that I want to avoid blinding anybody with.
All right, I'm gonna take it out then.
I'm just correcting some.
Real quick, guys, let me show some of the finished stuff that Sergio has available. So here's Sergio and Gru hanging out.
Huh?
Here's some of the pieces Sergio has available that are already pre-done.
And the prices are on them, folks.
Size and prices are on them. And we have this one.
I don't know how to go away from there.
Can you monitor in case anybody claims, Becker? And then this by 11. Drew cutting somebody in half. Look at that.
And Jimmy, we'll check on that. If it's available, it'll be in this lot.
Look at this one.
Oh wow! That's a different style.
And when is that?
You guys to me.
I don't know how to look.
Then we have this one. And this one.
There's the Zeppelin.
Oh, wow.
So would you prefer to have this, Jimmy, than to do a claim? And note that the price is $800.
And 7x10.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Jimmy, are you out there?
And these are the blue line pieces that Sergio was talking about. That's the Batman. And then he has a group.
That's fun.
Yeah, the whole family.
Right, let me check, see if Jimmy's responded yet.
This one.
He says he'd rather do a claim with just Alfred and the Zeppelin. Let's make sure that we can get that done for the price tier being offered.
Can I show my?
Absolutely, Stan. I'm going to put you on the big screen here.
I just have two that I started this afternoon, but they're not finished. They're about 90% finished. There's close to soggy. It has to be brackets. The blacks has to be spotted in, and that's about it. This one, the dots have to be speckled in, and the blacks finished. But these are two finished drawings, or that we're offering here.
Okay, so we have two finished pieces by Stan. If anybody's interested, what are the prices on those, Stan?
Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was with the your cut. It'll be $750.
Okay. Perfect.
And let's put to make it easier. This would be A.
Okay.
And this would be B.
So A and B, $750. If anybody wants to claim either of those pieces from.
And you said I have two more pieces, two more claims to do.
Yeah, you did. Let's see. So you did the wood cutter with the pineapple.
Yeah, that would be this one here.
And
the
that was for David Royer.
Okay.
There.
Your next piece is a artist choice of your favorite turtle.
Oh, okay. That would be Leonardo. Leonardo. He has a sword. I was just drawing him today for a variant cover. But it's not for a turtle book.
You know how you gotta put up with your buddy's brother. Can we ask Sergio real quick if the Alfred E. Newman and the Zeppelin is okay to do for the price tier being offered? I didn't know like how he's been doing those, Ken.
So it's just a sketch of Alfred with a Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alfred E. Newman and the Mad Zeppelin.
Sure, no problem. We'll do it here.
Okay.
All righty, we'll do it. It's all right, Jimmy. And again, Jimmy, if you haven't claimed from 4C Comics before, make sure you send an email, 4ccomic@gmail.com.
This is basically how the. Let me go to the other thing.
I got you, Emilio. Sorry.
To the next here camera, and then like this you can see it better probably. See, it's the bad guy there, and this is Gru being flirty, and this is Chacal just looking over there. You know.
Can you make Sergio big, Ken?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, big. Oh no, that drawing, right?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, I see the flirting.
See, this is the bad guy. This is Chacal, and that's the thing. Which, and you know how they're going to look. I will stop like that, and then I will finish it when I'm by myself.
Sounds good.
And it'll be very carefully done. You know, I mean, with more time, patience, while I watch some shows. And then I will, let me put a name in the back.
Sergio, what do you like to watch when you're working?
When I'm really working in Gru, I listen to music, but I put a TV. There's a station that has classic music without commercials or anything. So I put it very low, and it's very pleasant when I'm writing. And when I'm drawing, I put jazz right on the TV, and it helps. But when I'm just working stuff, I watch all movies. Something that I know, because I just can't hear it and turn around favorite scene, and it's like companionship. I don't want any new shows or anything. It's all things that they are interesting to listen to. Like
When I worked in the studio where I did all the Disney posters, we used to rent videos. There was a little video store across the street, and there were a couple of movies that we rented all the time. I don't know why we didn't buy them, because we spent so much money in rental fees. But they were one of the most common ones was Double Indemnity.
Oh yeah.
Because we'd seen it. I think you could just see it once and then just watch it over and over again, and it was like listening to a radio show.
Yes. I have it all the time in the Turner channel, because I love all the movies that they show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I cannot watch like comedy because it distracts me too much. You know, but
I can't watch sports or animation.
no, neither can I.
No, me neither.
No, I have to have the TV on with corny stuff that I've already memorized since a kid, and I play the game of, I don't know the character actors' names. I go, I bet that's that guy, and then I look up, okay, and then I just go back to work. Either that, there's a scene that you like that was particularly funny or awesome.
There's a big explosion coming up, then
Yeah, just look at the good stuff.
Yeah, the big difference of watching sports, like in the United States, when you put the sound, this is what they talk about. Ha 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 ha. Oh, he went to a party the other day, and no, he has a very high score. He has 22,000 points. Oh, but he's very good. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. And in Mexico, the narrators are used to radio. So they go, Pedro sends the ball to so all this in Spanish, of course. Pasa la bola, Fernando is on the side. He goes walking, running, and he passes to somebody else. So you can listen to who's doing what. You know, so it is a completely different world of narrating sports. But it's like they narrate for radio, which makes sense too, but not to people who like to listen to about how the guys are doing, you know, and who they marrying and who are they dating. So I cannot watch sports.
Ken, did you get Emilio's claim for Bill?
I did not.
Okay, he wants a bender, I believe, but he wants to have a word bubble that says kill all humans Or if Bill would rather do Sideshow Bob saying "Die Bart Die." So it's Bill's choice: either Bender with word bubble "Kill all humans," or Sideshow Bob saying "Die Bart Die."
It's so
And
funny.
can you make Scott Shaw big so we can see this Monopoly man?
Oh wow!
Theme.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's great.
Did he do that from memory?
No, I did that from my phone. At least a basic idea. I mean, I did the gag and the pose, but you know,
Oh
I
my
played
God.
Monopoly for 20 years.
Wow!
Okay, who's this for, by the way?
That was
Southern Comic Geek, aka Jason.
I'm going to put AKA Jason.
So the Chacal group and the soldier is for whom?
that was
That's
for
Alberto Gonzalez,
Roller
right?
Gonzalez. Yep.
That's for Alberto again? Woohoo.
Yep, he got another one.
Alberto G. Alberto González de Los Ángeles. Okay, so anything else I have to draw? Or I just continue drawing on those?
No. Next one is Justin Porter would like a Batman.
Batman. Papel. Batman.
Joe, you asked for the Bart with the Sideshow Bob hair. Bill already did that one, unless you asked for something else.
Yeah, do you want to see that one?
Yeah, you want to show that one real quick, Bill?
That's amazing.
Wow, that's terrific.
I kind of felt like I had to do a torso on this one just to get the attitude right.
You got anything for me, Ken?
Let's see. No, well, Scott's Shaw claims are open. If anybody, he finished his last piece that we had claims for. Here are Scott's prices scrolling across the bottom. If anybody wants to claim for Scott. Yeah, we have a claim. So Julie Sakai would like to claim from Scott Shaw.
Who?
Julie Sakai.
Oh,
Julie.
See that?
Oh,
I know her.
Joe Gorey would like Otto with his Walkman from Bill, please. Did you get that written down, Ken?
No.
So Otto Man with his Walkman from Bill.
Okay.
Otto Man. Thank you, Juan. We do our best.
And I think I saw that earlier, but I'm just going to make sure because I think somebody.
Scott, you ready? Here you go. You see that?
Stan in Flintstone style.
She wants you to draw Stan Flintstone style.
I've done that before.
My wife Julie is also an artist, and she has her office, her studio, and there's one of Scott's pieces in there. Let me get it. It's wonderful.
Hey, Güera, can you? Everything disappeared. Can you tell Joel to give me a hand with this? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
They can.
Yes.
So
No, suddenly the image disappeared and I don't know how to bring it back.
I'm going to set this aside to dry before I can start inking.
Okay.
So, oh, what's this?
This is a piece that Julie commissioned from Scott earlier. This is our house in California, and she wanted it drawn in the Simpsons in the Flintstone style, and he did a wonderful. So she has this frame in her studio.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's great. She loves the swing style.
Bill, your next one is a battle severely
damaged Spidey. Okay.
I mean, missing teeth, broken nose.
And is this Simpson style or like Ramita style?
Shane, what do you want, buddy? What style do you want on that Spider-Man? I kind of want my House Flintstone style.
Is this one just this one's just ink, right?
Yeah. Let us know, Shane, what kind of style you want that piece in.
Brother John's comic says, as someone with zero artistic ability, watching these legends in action is both riveting and relaxing.
Gracias, familia.
Stan, looks like Scott's looking for restrooms. You want to put your face on the screen?
No. I want to get. I have I'm looking for.
He doesn't remember what you look like.
No. Stan has a specific look that I like to draw.
There you go. How's that? Let's see now.
Jason. Oh, there you go, Scott.
Scott, for reference, there you go. Hold on.
No. I don't want to look at that. No. I want to surprise you. You'll see what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's really putting me on the hot spot, Julie. Thanks a lot. What did I ever do to you, Julie?
You want to be on camera, Julie?
Well, I'm going to draw it Flintstone style, too. I didn't do it that way before.
Oh, you want me to draw Batman Simpson style? No, just joking.
Jason Harris asks, has Stan done Gru in your style? And Sergio, have you drawn Usagi in your style?
I have drawn, didn't I do an alternate cover for you or for the
Yes,
Simpsons?
you did an alternate cover for one of my Ninja Turtle crossovers, Usagi, and I did a Gru in the San Diego Con program book a couple of times.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Juan asks, question for Stan, is there any chance you'd be coming back to Florida for any conventions?
Not this year. We had so many conventions lined up this year, but we're booked now. In fact, we're having to cancel a few. But I would love to go back to Florida. Last time I was there was for, I think, MegaCon, and this is for years ago.
Bill and I were just at MegaCon.
Oh yeah, it's a neat convention.
Yeah, Shane Edward Allen, if you are out there, we need to know what style of Spider-Man you want. John Romita,
Simpsons,
How about Steve Ditko?
somewhere, yeah, Ditko.
Ditko, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Basic Wolverine?
Ditko was my first big artistic influence.
Oh, is that right? I never
Yeah.
knew.
You see so much Ditko in my style, huh?
Well,
I love his work.
one of mine was Neil Adams, and I know you don't see any of Neil and me.
Except for that Danhausen book you did.
Oh no, yeah.
I had two that were at the opposite ends of the spectrum. My two favorite cartoonists were Jack Kirby and Gilbert Shelton, who did the fabulous Furry Freak Brothers Wonder Warthog. And I see both of their styles in my stuff, and nobody else sees any of it in my stuff. So
Julie says, Scott, you can do Stan at San Diego Comic-Con. You can do Artist's Choice. I think he might have already started though, Julie.
No, I've already started. I'm living life here.
And then, do you have a claim for Scott after Julie, Ken?
I do not.
Can I be that claim?
You can be.
Sweet.
You want me to draw you as Stan?
Oh no! I will probably be doing a headshot of Captain Carrot.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. By the way, have you seen the new Captain Carrot action figure?
I have not.
Oh,
Don't look for my version. It's the new version of Captain Carrot where he looks like a big monster. But I'm not going to let that bother me. I'll take the check.
Hey, Bill, he wants a modern looking Spider-Man.
Modern, okay.
okay. I've got the Ninja Turtle done. And who is this one for?
That is for a bad collection.
A bad collection?
Yeah, ABAD collection.
Okay.
You want to show that off with him big, Ken?
Yep.
There you go. It's
Look at
Leonardo.
that.
Surprise.
Yesterday, Scott and I were talking. I mentioned I had some Sergio comic books, and Scott said, "Do you have this one? Have you guys ever seen this one, Sergio?"
Yeah.
I just picked this up this past week.
I don't know how to move. If you move a little to your left, I can see it. A little more. No, the other way. There. Oh my God.
But he said to me, "Open up and look at the inkers." I was like, "Okay." So these are the people that inked this comic: Sergio Aragones, George Perez, Joe Sinnott, John Romita Sr., Steve Lealoa, Maurice Severin, Al Milgram, Terry Austin, and Joe Rubenstein.
Yeah.
Who did we leave out?
And then I look at my drawings. I did the pencils. And then when I saw the inking, I says, "These guys are amazing. I wish I knew how to do that," you know? Oh, I got so envious.
I think George Perez did an incredible job inking.
Oh my God.
He was the one that impressed me the most.
Yeah.
Because if you showed it to anybody else, you would never know that was his work.
Yeah.
He really intuited Sergio's style of details. I thought that was really.
I was amazed of these guys. It was like, oh my God.
I do have one drawing of Gru that Sergio penciled, and it was inked by John Buscema.
Whoa.
This is when we were all in Norway. Remember, Sergio?
Yes, of course. Oh my God, yes.
Ronald Shepard, did anybody get to his question? Ken, did you get that? He said, "Did someone get my questions regarding larger Sergio original art for sale?"
Ronald, what you need to do is you need to send an email to this email right here, and they will take care of you on that larger art.
Yeah. Aragones cartoons, right?
Yep.
And Ken, I have one more. One
You
more.
have one more. You have Zato Ino.
Oh, Zato Ino. Okay. Fun.
And Bill, we have a comment for you from Gory O'Rotten. He says, "Comment for Bill. I love your work on House and Blood Diner, the movie posters."
Oh, thank you. There's an artist who lives in Australia who does 3D versions of movie posters, and somebody kind of directed me to his website, and so I got in touch with him, and he had done one of House, and I just told him, "Hey, I really love that. That great job, etc., etc." And he sent me one, and it's giant. It's almost like movie poster size, and it's a box. It's like a wooden box with glass in the front, and it's got lighting. It's got lights in the top and the bottom, and it's just a 3D version of the poster.
Ken, you are muted.
I said RKL. He is available. Did you want that in 11 by 14 or the 9 by 12?
Do you have the banner? Yep, you're getting it. So take your pick between those two options, RKL. Shane Edward Allen, what is he talking about? Red pencil with spidey senses. Oh, can you just have it in red colored pencil by chance with spidey senses? Do you know what he's talking about, Ken?
Well, it's the Bill's drawing. The
it's what Bill's drawing right now.
Are you talking about the one I'm working on now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be able to do that. I'm kind of using orange right now, but I could go over it with red.
That's a Batman here, and some people on the bottom.
That's all.
Batman roughing up some bad guys.
Yeah, with the guns and everything. Hey, Morrison, na 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 na.
What? I'm not looking at the screen. Let me see.
I thought that was the worst version of the Batman theme song I'd ever heard.
No, in Spanish it goes ta 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 ta. This is ta 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 ta.
RKL Studios picked the 11 by 14 size for Scott.
Got it.
Okay, this I would like to ink with patience because it's nice thing. Do you know who asked for this?
The Batman is for Justin Porter.
Justin P. Justin P, right?
Yep.
Justin P. Okay. Geez, I have a lot of work now to do. I'm writing issue number 3 of The Minstrel Melodies. Okay. What is next?
You have the Alfred E. Newman with the blimp.
Alfred E. Newman.
With a Zeppelin.
With
a Zeppelin.
The Mad Zeppelin and...
Yay. That I know by heart. No problem there.
Juan asks a question for Bill. What is your favorite Simpsons episode?
Wow. God. That was a much easier question in the first couple of seasons. Well, I really love the Radioactive Man episode, which is the one where they shoot the movie in Springfield. And you're going to notice a pattern here. I really love the 3 Men in a Comic Book episode where Bart and Milhouse and Martin pitch their money in to buy a copy of Radioactive Man #1.
Pásale.
Sergio, he wants Newman in the Zeppelin, please. In the Zeppelin.
No problemo. Oh! Let me change the proportion then.
I'm glad we caught that.
No problem, because I was doing the blue.
My apologies, Bill.
Bill's favorite Futurama episode is the one he's in.
Oh yeah. No, my favorite Futurama one is Roswell That Ends Well.
Oh, that's right.
And that's the one where you get to meet Fry's grandmother, whom he has relations with, and becomes his own grandpa. And I got to design Mildred, Fry's mother,
Nice.
for that one. So that was fun. And, it sort of reminded me, obviously, of my Roswell comic book, if anybody knows that. So it was kind of in my wheelhouse to work on those designs.
Hey, Stan, it looks just like you. Look at
Oh, that's great. Another piece for Judith Ball.
that. That's fantastic. What do you want, Captain Carrot?
Yeah, but you can do the other one first. Do the Flintstones eating, or I think it's, what is it? Fred Flintstone eating Fruity
14.
Pebbles?
Yep, 11x14. Fred Flintstone eating Fruity Pebbles.
Full figure?
11 by
I believe
14.
so, yes.
Oh. Man. That stuff will give you diabetes, That's what killed off all the cavemen.
It's right. Fruity Pebbles killed off the caveman.
Barney, my blood sugar.
Brandon says, Bill, I love that episode, Roswell That Ends Well.
Oh, cool. I'm not the only one.
Did you get a finish before I butted in on your Simpsons episodes that you like?
Oh, well, 3 Men in the Comic Book, Radioactive Man. I love the one, Scott might know the title of this one, the one that introduces Poochie.
I don't remember the title, but that's my favorite because it's a real documentary about how cartoons are made now.
Yeah, it's so real.
They need to do an update where everything's digital, though.
Right.
Bring Poochie back just to stop that happening. I know I was dead, but now I came back because we have to stop this crap.
There's actually a really good recent episode. It's 2 episodes. So it's a continued story between 2 episodes. And it's called The Serious Flanders. And it's a parody of Fargo, the TV series.
Let me get my sandwich.
And it's kind of like a Treehouse of Horror episode in that it's out of continuity because people get killed and, people who aren't really killed on the show get killed. But it's really good. I did a poster for it. So I got to see an advanced screening of it. And it's kind of like a mini movie. Like if people are looking for a new Simpsons movie, this is sort of it.
Comics and Death Metal says the Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie Show was the name of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Emilio says Treehouse of Horror 5 is my favorite from Simpsons. I think mine is probably Monorail.
It's funny. I was working for Rhino Records doing a lot of their publicity material. And they wanted to do a 7 cartoon about Rocky Rhino, who was their mascot. I designed him after Bill Stout did the early version. And I had the plot all figured out, and I was starting to storyboard it the Saturday before, and the next day I see it, and I had a story so much similar to the one with the monocar. It was, and I just said, "Screw it, we're not doing it." We never even looked back at it. It was like God, if I'm predicting stuff, I didn't even want to try to do another one. It's like, what else am I going to come up with?
Shane Edward Allen asks, did the Spider-Man painting cover by Bill ever sell?
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
He says that was such a beautiful piece.
Well, thank you. I'd love to do more like that. I had a really good time painting that.
And then Continental 1221 says, since I'm the resident Scott Shaw fanboy tonight, I remember you did a Simpsons comics story called Nostalgia Ain't What It Used to Be, starring Grandpa and Jasper, and it was genuinely hilarious.
That was a good one.
Well, that's because I wasn't quite an old man yet, but I still had that attitude. So thanks. I that was fun. You know, I was criticized by the fellow that took over after Bill left. He said I did nothing but nostalgia stories. I said, yeah, that's funny stuff to people that like The Simpsons, but apparently not.
Brandon DeFore asks, for Sergio and Stan, do you have any favorite Simpsons episodes?
Yeah. Mine is when Lisa and the black fellow who plays the instruments died.
Uh-huh.
That was my favorite episode.
Bleeding Gums.
Yeah,
Bleeding
Bleeding
Gums
Gums
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good.
I like the Treehouse of Horror ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
They are.
Now, people may not know this. They might know Scott's work on Simpsons comics and Sergio's, but all three, Sergio, Stan, and Scott, have all contributed to Simpsons comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was so much fun.
Stan did a really great Wizard of Oz parody in Treehouse of Horror, and also a pinup in an earlier issue.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, my favorite character is Lisa. She's the smartest of all of them. She's a murderer.
No, that's Maggie.
She's all
Maggie's
kinds of.
the one who shot Mr. Burns.
That's right.
Bill, did you guys ever think about doing a Lisa series?
We did. We did that one shot, and then we had one planned that was going to be Lisa Simpson Mysteries, and Ralph was going to be her assistant, like her Watson,
That's great.
and Gail Simone was going to write it. And we could never get the powers that be, not Matt Groening, but the people who kind of did the business end of Bongo. Could never get them to fund it.
That really surprises me because Lisa, to me, always felt like the modern version of Little Lulu.
Yeah, very much.
Sergio, Michael Rafferty asks, can we expect an Usagi cover variant in 2024 from you?
From me?
Yeah.
No, but I have to be asked. I cannot make decisions.
You should have asked Stan, Michael, not Sergio.
Yeah, but not me. I mean, I'm.
Bill did a cover last year, for anybody who doesn't know, of Usagi
Mhm.
Ice and Snow.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
4C, yeah.
I think I have a couple in the room with me right now that I ordered.
Oops, that's not right.
Joe Gorey says, I love the episode 4, season 1, where Mr. Burns holds the picnic at his house. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's one of those episodes that, those early episodes that kind of established the tone of the show.
Yeah. For me with The Simpsons, it's like I like certain parts of a lot of episodes. Like when Homer was he was going to do the pig roast, and Lisa knocked it off the cart and it went sailing through the water and
Oh yeah.
in a pipe, and then they show Burns and Smithers, and he says, "Are you going to donate that $1 million to the children's hospital?" He says, "When pigs fly," and the pig flies across the street. He goes, "You're going to donate that money?" He goes, "No."
Is that the one where he's going, "It's still good, it's still good"?
It's a little wet.
Yep.
It's still good. It's still good.
Once
Well,
the
I
Vegetarian.
had
I
established so many characters, it made it so easy to write stories because you didn't have to introduce them. Everybody knew who they were. It was like having fairy tale characters. You don't have to explain them because everybody's grown up with them.
Right.
It really made you be able to get into the story really quickly and
Yeah.
not have to explain anything.
yeah.
So the person.
I am a Simpson. Mr. Craig.
No, go ahead.
No. I am a Simpsons collector, but I don't collect paper or or clothes. I just collect figures, and I have a very complete collection of everything that is being done in the last not in the last years, because there was a point that that was it. They didn't do any more merchandising. But I had.
You have the European ones, huh? That they never.
Also, yeah, I had spies in Europe, in different countries, and whenever Simpson material came over there, I bought it.
Mhm.
But never clothes, I like T-shirts and things like that, or pajamas. No.
It became very difficult to buy Sergio a Simpsons item. Like if you would see something and say, "Oh, I bet Sergio doesn't have this," 9 times out of 10, he already had it.
Ken,
I like the idea.
What's that, Stan?
I finished the Zatu Ino, and who is this for?
That is for Jacob Holdhouse.
Jacob. Last
Holt-
name?
HOLTHAUS.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Ken.
Yes, sir.
I really think this battle damage Spidey is going to look better if I do some dark pencil on it over the red.
Okay.
So can you ask the commissioner? That sounds like I'm talking about Commissioner Gordon.
He is.
That's the person who commissioned this.
Shane says that'll work, Bill. He says that'll work.
If I add some graphite?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna move on and finish this one later. I don't know if anybody can see this, but this is where
Make them big, Ken.
it is at this point.
Hold on. Where is it?
Bill's desk.
Bill's desk.
Oh, wow.
Peter's having a bad day.
Yeah, so I'll finish this later. I'm having too much fun on this.
The look on his face says, Aunt May died again?
Juan has a claim for Bill. Ken, did you catch that? Mr. Burns saying excellent.
Nope. Who's that, Ron?
Now Sergio can tell the story.
Oh yeah, tell the story, Sergio.
What one?
Excellent.
What one?
Excelente.
Mr. Oh my God, that was so funny. I was in a convention in Mexico, and at the same time that I was a guest there, the people who did the Spanish version of The Simpsons were there. And so we went to a banquet, and I met the Mexican guy who did Mr. Burns. And you know how Mr. Burns puts his hands together and he goes, excellent. Like that, right? So
Excellent. Not excellent.
let me go with the camera because the guy who was sitting, we were in a long time, I was sitting across the guy who did the voices. And every time the waitress came with a dish, she will go to her and says, excelente, excelente. And then he will eat and then a glass of wine, excelente, excelente. And the whole dinner, he was doing that the whole time. He was the funniest. You had to be there.
I was there.
I'd rather not.
Well, it was something else. Excelente, Mr. Excelente.
Excelente.
Happened now to my
I
camera.
wonder if that guy ever got another job after that.
I actually saw him again this past year in Monterey.
Oh, was he still saying it?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, he hadn't added anything. Now, muy excelente. You know, he should customize it a little bit.
No, he's a very sweet man, and we
Yes, he is.
pictures together. But he does embrace that character.
And he is excelente.
Yeah.
I know a piece that Sergio doesn't have.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, well.
Oh, fantastic Four.
Hey, Bill, can you make me one of those?
What?
No, I don't have any drawings either. I have frames. What happened? Little frames with all the characters. That's sensational. Sculpted frames, very small. You know, the small frame like that of with the Simpsons characters, different things. And I wanted to ask all the guys who were on the show to sign, to give me an autograph, to put them there, but you know, it's just want to do it and never do. I never did. So I have just the frames with it.
What we did with this, Sergio, is this is actually the line art for a cover of Simpson #1. So what Bill took out Homer's head, and he just drew my head into it.
Ken, did you get Joe Gorey wants to make another BIll Morrison claim?
Here is
He requested an auto man sketch, but now he would also like a sketch of Moe holding a flaming Moe's drink with a little color shade only in the drink.
You mean like a little paper umbrella?
There's the Mud Zeppelin with Alfred in.
Flaming Moe.
Oh, make Sergio big.
That's awesome.
If Jimmy's still out there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this one I will link with Peace also, with time, because a lot of details.
That was the last claim we had for you, Sergio. Do you want to do any more?
What time is this? 8. That's 2 hours.
Yep.
Well, let's do one more. As I said, no.
All right. Well, if there's one person out there who wants a Sergio, you can first person to claim it. We'll give it to you.
So we have one claim open. One sent an email to you for a bill claim.
I have it. I already have it.
He's got it, Juan.
I have it.
And then I've got a comment for Scott from Kritzini 2783. Your tribute to Tex Avery in the first Droopy issue of Dark Horse Comics, Notes from Generation Tex, was amazing.
Oh. Thank you. I was very honored to work directly with Tex Avery when he was at Hanna-Barbera for less than a year. And I worked on what was it called? The Quickie Koala Show. And I did gags with the Bungle Brothers. And Tex was the opposite of wacky. Most cartoonists are not nearly as on as you'd think we are. And Tex he was like a scientist. He didn't want to do the stuff through the regular process of Hanna-Barbera. He wanted to do all the timing, everything. Brilliant guy.
I love that.
Hey, Scott.
Sergio.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah.
Bill, do you have one of those?
I have a different one. I've got the lamp that's got the suited wolf leaning on the lamppost.
Yeah, I got that one too.
And then I've got the extra long automobile, the stretch car that he's driving in.
Yeah, those were done in France, where they loved him the way they loved Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. They did some really nice Tex Avery merchandise over there for probably about 8 or 9 years.
You want to give me a big shot on this one?
Yep. Hold on. I gotta find you.
Person. There we go.
That's great.
Yeah. Eat him up, Fred. He'll kill you in the end.
Okay, so if it's anything else, then let me say goodbye then.
Yep. We've got a claim from Michael Rafferty. Michael, what would you like Sergio to do for you?
Oh, who's the Zeppelin for?
The Zeppelin was for Jimmy Lawson. Lawesome.
Jimmy. What's the initial?
L.
L. Okay, Jimmy L.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do another one. See if somebody wants something.
Yep.
Michael Rafferty, just let us know what
We're
you
just
want.
waiting on Michael Rafferty's claim. What are you going to have Sergio do for you, sir?
And whose name wanted this one?
That was for RKL Studios.
Oh, of course they are.
Facebook user, we can't see your name. If you could please back out and give StreamYard permission or write your name in your comment. I am so late. What are the costs? The costs are up right now. Michael Rafferty, are you claiming for Stan Sakai? Because that was for Sergio. That was a Sergio claim then. I'm just going to make sure that Michael knows this is a Sergio claim.
If anybody wants anything from me, I'm willing to stay here as long as they.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to do a Captain Carrot.
I don't know if you can see this, but this is in top of my desk in the back. This is what you see, like zillion Simpsons stuff. Figures all over the place.
Okay, so Michael.
Yes.
Michael Rafferty, Sergio, is that Usagi and Turtle? So Usagi or the Turtles, you mean, Michael? Whatever Sergio wants, he says.
Spooky Steve, I sent you an email also, buddy.
Also, before we go, let me hold this up for the latecomers. These were Sonic Funko figures I did. It's the first guy that ever draw Sonic comics. And each one of these, I have 11 of these for sale. Each one has Robotnik on one of the panels and Sonic on the other, all hand drawn by me. It's not a stencil or anything. I spent quite a bit of time on these. So if you like Sonic or Funko or me, this is something out there.
Excellent.
So he says, Michael says, whatever you want, Sergio. Now,
Even if-
am I supposed to say Usagi and Turtles? That's the part I'm confused on, Michael. Were you saying Usagi and Turtles for Sergio, or are you saying whatever Sergio wants? Is it artist choice, or do you want him to pick between one of the Turtles and Usagi?
Can I put Gru in it too?
We'll find out.
Yeah, let us know, Mike.
Do we have anything
Sorry for
else?
all the
Or
questions.
Well, I had stopped you, Stan. Did you want to do another claim, or are you finished, my friend?
What time is it? It's about 9:15.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll do one more.
Ken, are you going to sell any of the pre-done stuff?
Yeah, it's been so busy with the claims, I haven't gotten a chance to do that.
So Stan's got some pre-done stuff, right?
Yeah, Stan showed his piece.
I've got two.
Stan
Yeah.
has shown his, and Sergio showed his.
Let me grab some of those. Give me 1 second.
For my pre-done stuff, this is the first one. This is A.
Okay, Sergio, I'm thinking I never did hear back from Michael. The last thing he said is whatever you wanted with Usagi or the Turtles.
What about Gru fighting Usagi if Stan is okay with that?
Stan, are you okay with that?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so Usagi fighting Gru.
I wish I could afford one of those too.
Ask the guy.
We've done a few crossovers where I would draw Usagi and you draw Gru, and they're fighting, or facing off.
Ask Michael.
Michael says, Sergio, do you? I love how you draw Usagi and the Turtles.
Okay, so no Gru. That's good. Okay. Let me do a pencil here.
Yeah, I believe Stan's open, right? Stan, you're doing one more, correct?
One more. If
Okay,
there's
so I think. Well, I think the Brooks was the first to claim. We now have 3 claims for Stan. So first was the Brooks, then Roger Ash, and then Jonathan Rowland. So unless we have one more claim, we are going to give it to the Brooks. And boy, I hope I'm saying that right, Brooks. And it looks like he's claiming. Well, I'm just going to give it a second. And Brooks, it says, can I claim? Is that a claim for Stan? The prices are up there. Okay, Brooks. Brooks, do you want the claim? It's yours if you want it. It is. Okay, so Stan Sakai doing an Usagi in the rain.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love those.
Stan, can you
Yes.
see me? I have one for you, which I will send to you.
Oh no, I no, you don't have to. But
Oh, I got it. I don't want it. You don't want it?
Oh, I would love it. Sure, thank you. Send it with the next package of brew that you send me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
I did this a long time ago. So,
Okay.
so it was, it'd be a pleasure.
Hey, Ken,
And
Yo,
I got this Sideshow Bob done.
die, Bart.
What's next?
Hold on.
he
That was for
he had an
Amelia.
auto man with it's auto with a Walkman, right?
Auto Man with the Walkman. Yep.
Okay.
I missed the last claim for Stan. Who got it?
I've got it. It's Brooks.
Starkey in the rain.
And Brooks, if you haven't claimed from Ken before, please, and I don't know if you have or not, but 4ccomic@gmail.com. It's going on the scroll right now. Just send an email over there so they can invoice you for your Stan Sakai, Usagi in the Rain. All righty. $44 likes, 55 watching. Come on, folks, like and subscribe. It helps that algorithm.
I'm going to show a few pieces that we have for Bill. So these are all cover. These are all cover prelims. So this is a cover for Diamond House, and these are all prelim. They're $100. So this one is that, and then we have this is a Simpsons comic number 11 prelim. $100. And then we have Simpsons Comics number 73, which comes with a prelim of the prelim. See that? Prelim. Boom.
Put a little more.
That's
What
worst prelim ever.
And then this is a German comics cover, kind of a Christmassy theme. And then I have this is Simpsons Comics number 21 prelim cover. So these are all $100. So if anybody's interested in any of those, put it in the comments.
Here you go, Decker.
Hey, thanks, Scott.
Hey, Michael, this will be the drawing. Will be Usagi and Leonardo.
There you go.
Leonardo versus Usagi. That's awesome.
And the thing is, I don't want to draw it because I need a research, which I have it very easily, but I want it to be accurate with the right swords that people keep drawing it wrong. He's not, they don't use katanas. They use a straight ninja swords, right? Completely different.
Sergio, we have
Isn't
a
that
question.
true?
Sergio, we have a
See.
question for you that might take a while for you to answer.
Tell me.
Juan
What
says,
is your
question for
favorite
Sergio.
toy that you own and why?
Tell me what?
What is your favorite toy that you own and why?
Well, let me see. I have so many things that just bring wonderful memories to me. I have Pinocchios, I have Mickey Mouse, but Donald Duck is one of my favorite because I think he was born the same year I was. And I have little Lulus, which I adore. But one of my very, very favorite things, I have to show it to you. Oh, it's right in front of me.
And I just said, Jose, I just sent a message in the chat, but you said, did I miss out? I just said, if you're looking to claim from somebody, Scott Shaw is open right now for claims.
This is one of my favorite little piece I have. It's
Ooh,
Donald Duck in a Jeep.
that's so nice.
How old is that, Sergio?
Oh, I don't know, probably the 70s or the 60s.
Wow.
I have to look with a magnifying glass.
I think it's earlier.
No. It's 70 something, 73.
Oh,
But that's, believe it, it's and I have older. But this is one of, I love it because I love Jeeps and I love Donald Duck. But if you want to see old, Donald Duck.
Wow.
Wow.
Ceramic. Donald Duck with a type of a rubber thing.
That's awesome.
This is really old. I mean, probably the 40s or the 30s. And this is even older.
Wow.
Playing a violin.
What year are those? Any idea?
No, this they don't date these old ones.
Gotcha.
There's no. Oh, here, probably they have. Walt Disney production. Baron something.
Excuse me for a minute.
No date.
Donald Duck debuted in 1934, someone said.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon, for that.
Oh, thank you, Brandon. Yeah, and what is my other one that I love too? Oh, that's the same one. And this one that I love that I play with it. You know. And that is.
I'll show you one of my favorite Batman toys.
Ooh. Well, what is that?
Oh, the water gun.
That was poorly designed.
This is a Japanese squirt gun. With the trigger where it is, where you can see it, and this is where you fill the water.
My God.
That's something else, Bill.
So I must have about 100 different dogs. Wow.
Brandon DeFore says, Sergio, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out the year you were born.
47?
That's what he says.
My God. So, yes. That was that time that a lot of very good things were born.
Bill, you broke the internet with that squirt gun.
Yeah.
Got a lot of reactions in the chat.
People are probably blowing up eBay right now.
Yeah, everybody wants the Batman.
I have a subset of Batman collectibles that I call Batman with a gun. And Batman famously doesn't use a gun.
Sergio.
Hold on.
But back in the 60s,
Music.
some toys get out where Batman's actually wielding a gun.
It's a music box. And the funny part of this one is giving the finger to everybody. It's like the flute.
Can you make Sergio big again? We want to see Donald Duck flipping us the bird.
He's playing the flute, so he goes and flips the flute right there.
If you worked for Disney, you'd be flipping off people too.
Okay.
This is one of my favorites here. It's actually got Batman holding a handgun. And
to advertise a pencil box.
it's a kid's pencil box. Now, can you imagine a kid taking this to school?
Why would they make that for Batman? That makes no sense.
Wow.
Well, it's one of those toys they probably made, and then they could just slap anything on it.
Exactly.
They're probably right. They probably had that mold for 20 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently they had nobody at DC who was approving this stuff who knew anything about the characters.
Was that during the period where the mob owned DC? Maybe they were encouraging it.
Oh, yeah, could be.
We like.
Bill,
Well, Michael, this is the figures. I will ink them, make it very nice
Very nice.
Michael
with the sun.
Ratliff.
Scott,
Oh, we have a claim for Scott, a Muttley head sketch.
Oh, sure. Okay. I've worked on Muttley before.
And Jose, if you haven't claimed from before, you know my shtick by now. 4C
Yes.
Comic Art at gmail.com.
He's a client.
He's a regular. All right. I'm just saying it to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do Bacon and Jeff proud here. Joe
It was a
Gorey
lot of
says,
fun, you guys. Yeah.
Both of which you should be home. I would think they would join the show. But, you know, listen.
Man.
Yay. Oh, he said you forgot one thing, Becker. Emilio.
what did I forget? Emilio, what did I forget? Brooks wants to make sure his email was received by you, Ken.
Yeah.
Yep, you're good to go, Brooks. Service fee and shipping, I did that earlier, but 4% service charge for PayPal to help cover the fees and $25 shipping, folks. I did say it at the beginning of the show.
The answer to this is yes. They just don't do it live for everybody to see.
This was the first episode of Bill's sketchy. What was it? What's the name of the show? Sketchy Stories with Bill Morrison and Friends.
Yeah.
Is this a regular feature that's going to be an ongoing thing?
Yeah, we're kicking the idea around. You know, I talked to Bill about it. He loved the idea. I said, just invite some friends on and do some sketches. And so this was our inaugural episode.
Unfortunately, I've got no friends left.
Next week on Sketchy with Bill Morrison will be Jeff Dunn, Chris Bacon, and Annika Ito doing sketches.
Ken, we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Sergio.
Thank you
Appreciate so much for doing
Thank
this.
you. I had a great time. A great time.
Thank you so
I wish
much,
I could out the
Sergio.
guys growing, but I had the thing in front. I wanted to see, but I don't know how to manipulate everything, so I couldn't see
Everybody,
that.
what we put in the comments, clapping for Sergio.
Yes, everybody get whatever
Yay,
you can. Just let's all thank Sergio.
Thank you, Sergio. It was a pleasure.
I'm so glad that you could have the computer working, man. I was very worried about it, but that's terrific. Very good, senor.
But thank you so
Hey,
much.
Sergio. Thank you.
Great seeing you again.
Yes, and we'll see each other
Yes,
very soon.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, Sergio.
Oh, this is exactly what cartooning is all about. Believe me,
Yeah.
having somebody who like your work and you drawing and talking, there's nothing better than that. Except when you can do it in person. And
That's what Scott was saying. He was like, we were all sitting next to each other. We just slide the sketches around to each other. And
yeah, well, that was it. Okay, they're calling me for ciao ciao. Okay,
thank
bye
you,
bye.
Sergio.
All right.
My
Night.
pleasure. Hey, Scott, I can see you now. I wish I could put my camera there. How come I didn't have the camera there like that? I could have seen.
Oh, fine. I didn't have my own camera. I just did it this way.
Oh my God! I could have had my this in here like that, and
Yeah.
see you all at the same time.
Well, you can, I won't even charge you if you want to come look at me sometime. I'll give you a
I
heavy.
give you, amigo, person. Oh, look at that beautiful Usagi in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
And it is. And who is it for?
Isn't,
Was it for?
isn't
Brooks?
that Otto?
That is
Hey, Bill.
Otto.
That's Otto, right?
Oh yeah, that's Otto. Otto
Otto,
was walking
the
in.
driver.
Buenas noches, Aragones cartoons.
Thank you, Senor Becker. Pleasure. And my family watched the whole thing in the other room. So
Oh, hi
hey,
everyone.
Stan.
Looks
I
like
certainly-
Stan's
Yeah.
done too.
Julie's watching it in the other room as well.
Oh, please send my best to her, please.
Oh yeah,
Julie.
Julie family as well.
I love her characters. Oh my, they're so tender. I love her work.
Hmm.
Yeah, we should have her on someday, Stan.
Bye, amigos. Bye, amigos.
Take care, Sergio.
Bye, Sergio.
Thank
Talk to
you,
you
Ken.
soon.
Si, senor. Bye, Becker.
See
Bye,
ya.
Bill.
Bye,
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 Stan.
Sergio. Pleasure meeting
Yes.
you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Please do it.
There he goes.
And I think I'm done as well. It's getting late for me, and my hands are starting to get a bit stiff because I was drawing all day today, or rather inking all day today.
Thank
But
you so
thank
much.
you.
Yeah,
For I had a great time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Let's-
Stan.
Everybody, let's give a applause
Good
for
seeing you, Stan.
Another round of applause.
give them some love in the comments, people.
Oh, these
Always good to see you, Stan.
And then there were two.
And then there were two. And Continental, I had seen you were talking about commissions in the comments. As a Scott Shaw fan, I feel like you should probably. I'm not trying to twist your arm too much, but he has prices starting at $75,
Here's
and there's Muttley.
yeah. Oh, here's a arm.
Put that up again, Scott.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny.
Muttley goes all the way back to Tom and Jerry cartoons. They have lots of characters, and they just kept doing it.
Oh yeah, Spike did that, didn't he?
Yeah.
And in the Tex Avery cartoons too.
Yeah. Butch did that in the Droopies. And
Yeah.
quite honestly, everybody was imitating Tex by that point. They just didn't have his brilliance.
So Continental asked Scott Shaw, would you be willing to draw two characters together? You would need to ask him what the price for that would be, because I want you to see you draw Sonic and Garfield together. Yes, exactly how that sounds.
Their faces or their whole bodies?
Well, we'll give them a second to respond. So faces or bodies, Continental, that'll kind of go into it.
Or one head and two heads and one body. We could have a monster.
Sonic and Garfield, huh?
Yeah. Well, I worked on a lot of Garfield comics or cartoons. I probably storyboarded about at least 30 of them.
Here's
So
my sketch.
he's still trying to decide. So he says this is immensely tempting.
Here's my sketch show piece I picked up at San Diego last year.
Hideous.
Oh, Steve Lipsky says I used to watch the wacky races with Dick Dastardly and Muttley on Saturday mornings. Great cartoons.
I did. I inked and penciled some of the Laugh Olympics comic books that Marvel put out in the 70s. I worked on a lot of those comics. That was actually great because that got me my job at Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, is that right?
Comics, and they called me up and they said, we'd like to hire you. We like the work you're doing in the comics. And Mark Evanier had set that up because he was the writer at the first, and then he became the editor. And I said, I kind of like freelancing. I like to, be working in my underwear. I can stay up all night if I want. They said, well, it's a new Flintstones show. I said, when do I start? And it was a crummy show, but that led to me, writing and becoming a producer there. And then I did all those Pebble cereal commercials that made half of America diabetic, but I still love doing it. The Flintstones were my favorite characters from the moment they came out. I saw the first episode and I leaned into the, like about as close I was to the screen as I am to my hair. And I went, that's what I'm going to do. And that was in 1960. And by 1976, I was working on the Flintstone comic books. And now I look like Fred Flintstone just with a different haircut. So.
Ken, did you get N. Steele's email?
Let me see. I think I did.
He says, just double checking. Emilio asks, Scott, did you do Scooby-Doo too?
Oh, I worked on Scooby a bit. Yeah. I also did some commercials with it. Who was this for, by the way?
Who's the Muttley?
Jose Alicia.
Alicia?
Yeah, Alicea.
And Continental says he's going to have to pass tonight, and he truly regrets this, but he needs to save some money. We understand, Continental. No pressure. He said he didn't want to get hopes up, including mine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, no problem. We're just glad you hung out. We had such a great night with Sergio and Stan and Scott and Bill.
The only thing that was frustrating was that we couldn't just take our drawings and hand them back and forth to each other like we do in Quick Draw. That's really fun, where you do half a drawing and then the other guy finishes the drawing.
Oh yeah, I love that.
What was on one side. That's always good.
Well, if we can get everybody in the same room, we should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Otto Man.
Otto Man.
My buddy Ruby G's in the chat. White Tiger, cool, calm, and collected. He says, "Hola, amigos. Hey, what's up, buddy? I sent him something a few hours ago. Say we were live.
Well, we will definitely have Scott back on for sure.
Oh, that'd be great.
Continental.
Who is Sideshow Bob, and who is Otto for?
Otto is for Joe Gorey, and so is the Sideshow Bob.
Oh, okay.
Continental asks Scott, how much would you theoretically charge for full bodies of Sonic and Garfield hanging out together? What would something like that run?
Well, I think that'd be about $250.
So $250 Continental.
Emilio, what's wrong? Bob is yours.
He says he does have to pass, but thank you so much. One day he will get that.
Well, if when you get to that point, contact Ken, and maybe I can do something for you, even if we aren't doing a show.
Yeah, and that email is right below 4ccomiccard@gmail.com. You reach out to Ken, he'll get a hold of Scott and set it all up for you.
Bill, were you asking me about the Bart as a sideshow or the sideshow killing?
No, I've already got the Bart.
Oh, so that was for Emilio, the other one.
The
Yeah,
Die Bart
Sideshow
guy.
Bob Die.
Yeah, that's
is
for Emilio.
And do I have another commission after this one?
You have Burns doing excellent and Mo with a flaming Mo.
Oh, right.
So we don't have to do those on the air if you guys are looking to get off.
Well, I think I got one more in me,
Okay.
and then I'll do the other one off the air.
Okay.
So the next one is Burns, right?
Yep. Burns. And if anybody wants to, he is available. He's open.
Yeah, Scott is open. If anybody wants anything, do you want to show the prices again for Scott?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. So they're scrolling right down there.
Oh, Jonathan Rowland just claimed the first Simpsons cover prelim.
First
that you
Simpsons
showed.
cover prelim show. That was, let's see.
What is Continental saying here? Continental says they were like my two favorite things growing up, and I don't know if you know this, but Sonic and Garfield together is sort of an internet meme, given the contrast between the two characters. And then he later says Sega inexplicably released that bundle back in the day.
John, is this the one you wanted, buddy?
Yeah, let us know if that's the one, Jonathan.
Yeah, Garfield, usually it was so funny working on the storyboards. You know, I just have him laying in the box as usual. And one of the directors said, "Can't you have him doing something more than that?" I said, "He's asleep. What else is he going to do? Fart?" That's all he does. Eats and sleeps and farts.
Oh, that Garfield cartoon was a staple of my watching as a kid.
Well, I'll tell you something. I enjoyed working on that show more than I expected to, because my friend Mark Evanier, who we've all mentioned, was the writer on all of the episodes. And, working in animation, you get scripts where it seems like a chimp wrote the script. That like they have no sense of visuals. They'll have stuff like wanting you to have a guy climbing up a ladder carrying 2 cans of paint. It's like, yeah, how do you do that in reality? So Mark's stuff was always stuff that he could visualize, and then all we had to do was kind of, add some of our own humor to it without changing the story. And I really enjoyed working on that show.
Sour C says, where can I get that Simpsons covers? Do you mean the prelims? Or do you mean the actual books?
Or is he talking about the Simpsonizing on the Simpson #1? Just
I'm not sure.
Shoot me an email with whatever you're talking about there. Hold on, let me put it up there.
Yeah, Sour C, just reach out to 4C. Oh, the prelims. The prelims are 100, right, Ken?
Yep.
And then, of course, that's 4% processing and $25 shipping.
Again, Sour Seed, just shoot me an email, and I can send you images of billings that are available, because we're probably going to be ending the show soon.
Jason Harris, Becker, have you not seen my question, or was it answered and I missed it? I asked a few of your questions, which I don't see a recent one.
Hey, Jason,
Scroll
we
up.
missed about 80 questions. Why is yours so special?
What Kirby comic most inspired Scott? I got it. There we go.
It's all across the screen, Sour Sea.
Yeah, Sour C, the email's right here. 4ccomicart@gmail.com.
Yeah, we missed
So
all
4cc comic art
the
at
comments were
gmail.com.
coming in fast and furious. We missed a lot of stuff.
Oh, Jonathan Rowland makes a claim for Scott Shaw Sonic at the $75 level.
Oh, okay. Well, while I'm doing that, let me answer about Jack Kirby, because I think it'll be interesting to some people. When we first met Jack, we were at his house. He didn't live that far up north from San Diego. He invited us all to come, and I got over some time just talking to him face to face, and he was very friendly and very encouraging to me as a cartoonist. And I told him, I said, "You're my favorite cartoonist." I didn't mention the other guy, Gilbert Shelton. I didn't want to do that. But I said, I liked him for different reasons. But I told Jack, I said, I was probably 16 at the time. I didn't realize that artists could draw really good superheroes, and a few of them could draw really good funny stuff. And when I saw the first issue of Not Brand Echh with him doing a parody of the Fantastic Four, it was like the top of my head came off. I was I think, a junior in high school, and it was just like shattered my brain. It was like, I never knew that this guy, I never saw that he did Funny Animals in the 40s and Fighting American in the 50s and all that sort of stuff. It was the first realization I had that, if you're a cartoonist, maybe you can do both kinds of things. Not that I was ever capable of, although I certainly attempted to a few times. But that was the big opening to me with a lot of artists. Another guy that only did one humor thing that I ever saw that was in the back of an Avengers annual was John Buscema could draw really great Jay Ward looking characters, but they had realistic looking hands. It was like he still needed to address anatomy, but it's surprising how many top people that you only thought of as being quote unquote realistic artists. Even Neil Adams could draw stuff. He did the album cover art for a bunch of Bugs Bunny stuff. And of course, with Neil, he had to show it from an angle you'd never seen Bugs Bunny from before. So it kind of looked odd, but it definitely was on model.
Yeah, he did those Jerry Lewis comics.
Bob Hope comics.
Bob Hope, yeah.
Kritzini 2783 says, question for Scott. What was your favorite story from the Tex Avery Dark Horse comics?
I don't really remember many of them. Bill and I worked on one that I wrote, and he did layouts, I think, and he did the pencils on.
That was a Yankee Doodle, right?
Well, not Yankee Doodle, but that's something that H&B ripped off.
Oh, right. I'm getting it confused.
Yeah, but
what was his name?
It was I don't even remember. They had
three
titles. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, because they were all essentially the same. I think the one I liked doing didn't feature a character. It was the Hospital of Tomorrow, because Tex did the Car of Tomorrow and the House of Tomorrow. So I thought, well, instead of imitating a character, I'll just use the theme, and I got to be, typically like a gag in every panel rather than a real procession of stuff. So I enjoyed doing that one. The weirdest thing about those comics, they were supposed to be called Tex Avery's Comics and Stories. And while we were in production, Tex Avery's daughter sold the rights to the name Tex Avery for a cartoon show out of France called Tex Avery Theater, introducing all characters that Tex had nothing to do with, but all with characters bugging out their eyes and doing big takes and stuff. But it was from Deke, so it was terrible. And because his daughter thought it was cool to sell his name, we couldn't use the title. Welcome to comic books, kids.
Chrisini says, I love Bill's cover art for Dr. Drupenstein.
Oh. Well, that was a parody of an old Batman detective comic, one of the very earliest Batman comics. So I only take partial credit for that because it was a total swipe. There's kind of a difference in my mind between swiping and doing an homage cover or a parody cover. And somebody asked me once, well, how do you tell the difference? And my feeling is if it's not something anyone would really recognize as being a parody of something, then it's a swipe. Because I think to really parody something, it has to be well known enough that people will get the joke. Do you agree with that, Scott?
Well, I don't know. The first thing that went through my mind was that Futurama calendar we did that was all takeoffs of Oddball Comics. And that turned out pretty well, even though, because they were incredibly obscure.
But I think thanks to you, a lot of those comics were well known, at least to the audience that we were directing them at.
Well, you may be right. You know, I went to a museum on the history of Western movies up in Lone Pine, California, where a lot of things were shot. And they had a whole area where nothing but nostalgia items, comics and toys, different cowboys. And right in the middle of a whole section of Dell Comics, in the middle was the rifleman with the log sticking up from his crotch at a very suspicious angle.
Well,
yes. No, you didn't wear them out. They just went home to have a life.
I think
Sorry, my cat's trying to break in here right now. If anybody could hear that.
Oh, I'll have my dog bark at him and really scare him.
That would scare him. Despite his name, Cat Murdoch is a bit of a coward.
I love cats, but unfortunately our dog is so hyper, I don't think a cat would last very long in our house anymore.
I'll be right back. I'm going to let him in.
Stan and Sergio wiggled out of their chains.
And Joe Gorey said, I bought the Simpsons 245 from you guys on eBay last week, signed by Bill and Matt. Received it today. It is awesome.
Nice.
Oh, great. I talked to Matt today after the earthquake hit out in California and just asked if he was okay. And
He was a little shook.
he said, all good here.
He was just a little shook up. Scott, you felt it too, right? You said?
Oh yeah, it was really hit us pretty hard, even though it was in Malibu, and I'm in the valley. But yeah, but not hard enough that all the stuff didn't fall off the shelves here. I probably would have been killed if this briefcase or this bookcase didn't fall on me. It's built right into the wall, but it's full of, comic related books.
Emilio, I have so much stuff that came in. I'll be shipping for 2 weeks. So, starting next week. I have slabs, I have art, I've got all kinds of stuff. Juan wants to know who both of you, who are your favorite Simpsons characters?
Well, for me, like I said earlier, it's Radioactive Man.
For me, it would be a toss-up between Grandpa and Poochie. I actually pitched a special to Bongo. It was out of my mind probably. Said, let's do a Poochie special and make it really crappy. And they're like, what are you talking about?
Well, we ended up doing Delivery Boy Man that was really crappy. So the Poochie probably would have been a hit.
Oh, was that? Oh, that's when you were doing the one issue wonders, right?
Well, the Delivery Boy Man was a Futurama tie-in.
Oh,
It's a comic that Fry created on an episode of the show.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, so we did a comic that looks like it was drawn by Fry, and it's one of the hottest Futurama collectibles there is because there were so few of them printed.
Wow. They're doing new ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's good timing since Disenchanted is no longer being done, right?
Right. I did a panel. I moderated a panel, I should say, with Billy West and Katie Seagal last weekend at MegaCon.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
I got to sit on
Video.
stage and chat with them.
I found a video of it on YouTube, but I haven't watched it yet to see how the quality is.
Oh God, I will not be watching that.
Why not? I thought you did well, right?
I was so out of breath because the people who were supposed to come and pick me up and take me to the panel never showed up. And I found out it was because they have basically at MegaCon, they have a lot of celebrities and there are people who govern the celebrity panels. And then there are people who govern the comic panels. And because they considered me a comic guy, the celebrity people assumed that the comic people would bring me to the panel. And the comic people knew nothing about me even being involved with this panel. So at 10 minutes to go time, I'm still at my table waiting for somebody to pick me up. So Ken and I sort of took the bull by the horns and found out where the panel was, and I had to run through the hall. So by the time I got on stage, Ken said I should have like walked out on stage and put my hands on my knees and just put my finger out like, you know,
Well, the convention
this is
center,
a big place.
the convention center was humongous, and you had to walk so far to get anywhere. I said, Bill, if you would have just walked out there and just like put your hand up and told everybody, you got to give me a minute. This place is big. They would all scream because they've all walked around. They know how big it is, you know?
Yeah.
It was thankfully Bill got panicked. I was trying to stay calm, but Bill was like, listen, I got to get to this panel. And when we found out where the panel was, I mean, Bill went into the crowd and he just disappeared. The crowd at MegaCon was probably bigger than San Diego. Even in the concourse area, it was wall to wall people.
Wow.
It was insane. It was absolutely insane. And then Bill came back to the table, and you know he was like telling me everything that happened, and it was like, oh my God. But in showbiz fashion, he made it there on time, and I think he probably did a great job on the panel. I heard it was good.
Sour C says, I was at that panel. Mr. Morrison did a hell of a job, handled it like a real pro would. Christopher Bacon says, didn't something happen to your knees? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, Bacon just outed me. Okay, kids, don't do this at home. I'll tell you what happened. So I get to the area where this theater is supposed to be. They have like a theater inside the convention center, and they told me it was up on a higher level. They didn't tell me which levels, and there's three of them. There's three levels. So I finally get to this area, and there's these two big escalators, and they're both going down. So there's no escalators going up, but there's an elevator. So I get in the elevator, and I didn't know if it was on the second level or the third level. So I get in, had to wait a long time for the elevator to get there. And I thought, okay, I'll get out on the second floor. Hopefully it's there. So I get out on the second floor, elevator doors close. I look up, and of course the theater is up on the third floor. I can finally see it. And it's already about 2 minutes past 2 when the panel is supposed to start. And all I could think was, I got to get to this panel. I can't wait. It's going to be another 5 minutes if I wait for this elevator. So I started running up the down escalator, which is a very, very, very dangerous thing to do. And it went fine until I got to the very top, and those little stairs are coming out, and they're barely there. I just kept tripping over them. I fell down 3 times.
Oh no.
Almost blew my knees are still in pain. I have grill marks on my legs from the how the stairs.
Yeah.
He's got teeth marks on his knees.
Yeah. So some young person grabbed my arm and helped me up, and I had a pop in my hand, and it went flying everywhere. So there's soda pop all over. And then I just sprinted into the theater. I didn't know where to go because they didn't, tell me. There was nobody to tell me. Yeah, you go in this back door, and then you're backstage. So I just went in the main theater door, and luckily the place was packed, and the crowd is watching a cartoon. And so somebody had the presence of mind to just run cartoons until I got there. And I went up the little steps to the side of the stage, and I went backstage, and eventually found my way to the other side of the stage where Billy and Katie were. And I was still, I think, 10 minutes into the interview, because I had to run out. I had to go out on stage and introduce them. I was still huffing and puffing. I was, it was one of those interview setups where they had sofas on the stage and the handheld mics. And thank God for Billy West, because you just introduce him and he can go for 10 minutes just telling stories. So that gave me time to kind of catch my breath, and then I was fine. But oh man, was that dumb.
Bill, I'm not trying to outdo you, and I know we have to go, but real quick, I had the similar experience at LAX. I was going to the convention at the Stampede in Alberta, Canada. I was really looking forward to this show. And I went to LAX. Judy dropped me off about 6 o'clock, 7. So I get in there. I'm ready. I have my thing. I get on the escalator, and I make the mistake of looking back. And you know how those things all fold? It's like psychedelic almost. You're like, yeah. And I lost my balance and fell down backwards all the way down.
Oh my God.
It's like 3 stories high. And fortunately, there wasn't a single other person below me. So I just bounced and bounced and rolled, and my shirt was fine, but I was all cut up underneath it from those little things.
Yeah.
And this little lady was watching me, the lady working for the airport, I guess, to push that button. And she goes, "Honey, I've seen a lot of people fall down, but you got up faster than anybody." I said, "Yeah, I'm embarrassed." But I realized those things were the filthiest things in LA, probably. People walking on them constantly.
Yeah.
So I thought, I need to get to a hospital and just get some shots. Should I do it in LA? And then I talked to some people, and I thought, no, it'll probably be about 4 hours before I'm seen. How long does this take to get to Alberta? About 4 hours. So I called the guy in the convention. I said, when I arrive, where hospital should I go? Got it all set up for me. I've got Canadian medicine, not like anything here. You come in, let us fill the form out for you. By the way, sir, if you don't have any money, we're happy to just hang on to it until you can pay us. Wow. And then they want me to leave. They said, "But why did you fall?" I said, "Well, it wasn't a heart attack. I was just fascinated by what I was looking at and fell down." No, sir, it must be a problem. I mean, they were really worried about me. And then I went to the convention. Everything was fine. But it was like, it was really a great experience in a way, because I found out it's a lot better up there than down here in terms of getting into the hospital quickly.
Is anybody surprised?
Not really.
Exactly. Well, I think that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Oh, one last thing. Whose is this for?
That is for John Rowland.
And who is Mr. Burns for?
That's for Juan Motoya. And then Joe Gorey, who's got a bunch of sketches from you. He's got the Mo with the flaming Mo.
All right.
And he wants a shading, right? You got that, the color shading in the drink.
On the drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. For those of you who are left out of the close to 90 or so that were in the room most of the night.
Thank you to all of you. I'm sorry for any questions I didn't get to. I obviously got overwhelmed. Thank you, Ken, for letting me be a part of it.
We were chasing comments all night, so there was a lot going on. But we really appreciate Bill and Scott and Stan and Sergio for hanging out with us, and we will be back on Tuesday. No sketch up on Tuesday just yet, but who knows? That might change. But we'll be filling up some more dates here soon. My daughter's getting married at the end of the month, so we're getting closer and closer to that. So I'll be less inclined to do this until that's over. But I want to thank everybody, and we will see you guys real soon.
Thanks, Becker. Thanks, Ken. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you
Thank you,
all.
Bill. Thank you,
It's fun.
Scott.